And here we go. There we go. We're having a little bit of technical difficulty for you. But guess what? On a Friday, that's to be expected. My name is Braylon Edwards. Ryan Armani is out, but we have my boy, Jeff Iafrate, in the studio today. Jeff, how do you do, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be here. Ryan, if you're watching, I'm taking your spot, and I'll make you proud. Don't worry about it. I'll make you proud.
I love it, man. This is one of the things about coming to Woodward Sports Network, man. We have so much young talent in the back. You miss the show, man. You might lose your job. So, Ryan, I can't say what's going to happen, Ryan, but you know what? Jeff Iafrate in. But guess what? Like always, my man, Tom Maz, is here. The standard on the couch, Maz. And I say to you, good day, brother.
What up, Kai, man? I wasn't going to give my seat up. That I know. I'm not giving my seat up. I'm staying here. I got pretty boy Jeff up there taking my place, taking Ryan's place.
And always in the booth, we have Flannel Sam. And then also in the booth, we have a special guest, Spencer, in the booth, replacing my man, Flesh Day. Spence, how you feeling over there?
Oh, I'm feeling good, man. Just ready to get this weekend started. We're in the triple duty on shows today, so you know, we're living.
Ha, he said duty. Flesh, not Flesh. Sam, what's going on in the booth? Tell me about your weekend plans, Mr. Flannel Sam.
Well, on Saturday night, the Redford Theater is showing Goodfellas. So that's one of my all-time favorite movies.
Just saw it the other day again.
Rest in peace to Ray Liotta.
Yeah, rest in peace, Ray Liotta. Redford Theater is one of my favorite places to take my fiance on a date, and Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies. So what better to do on a Saturday night than go see Goodfellas in honor of Ray Liotta and just have a great time, you know?
That's awesome.
I love that you bring up movies, and I love that you always go on dates with your fiance. Man, keep that up. When you guys get married, dating is very important to the relationship. I know you guys do a good job of that, but that's just my 2 cents. Make sure you guys stay dating. But movies. Summertime is full of movies. In fact, today, Jurassic Park, one of the best movie premieres of my life, came out. I think Jurassic Park came out in 92, 93. What movies are you looking forward to seeing this summer, Jeff? And is Jurassic Park something that you like and want to check out?
Oh, absolutely. I think I already checked one off my bucket list. It had to be Top Gun. I think that was amazing, man. I saw it with my father, and I didn't see the original one, but walking in, he kind of explained it to me. Right. When I left, my God, I was impressed. I mean, Tom Cruise, man, he killed it again.
Maverick was amazing, and I had an unpopular take. I think Maverick, the new one, was better than the original. I think everything about it from start to finish in terms of the plot. First one really didn't have necessarily a plot. This one has a plot. It has the history. It has the nostalgia in there for you. And this the action.
Oh, yeah.
My God. I haven't been on the edge of my seat like that. I almost fell off my seat at one point, man. Just so excited, man. What do you think?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about, too. When Rooster and Maverick were in the it looked like they were going to die. All of a sudden, the guy you rooted against the entire movie, Hangman, comes in and saves their life. So, absolutely.
Hey. Some of us haven't seen it.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, it was one part. It isn't the ending. You'll find out. You'll find out.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Man, Jeff Iafrate.
That's all right. I didn't see the first one either.
Maz, how about you, man? There's a couple movies coming out. You got Maverick. There's Pinocchio, the live experience. I know you and your daughters go see movies. You got Thor, Love and Thunder is coming out.
I'll be taking my daughter to see some of the Marvels. Don't worry.
Here's one for you, Maz. This would be perfect for you. You got Elvis coming out.
That's
June 24th.
That's mine.
That's the one?
That's mine. I hear it's not very good, but
it doesn't look good, but
I can't wait to see it still.
I'm
looking forward to it.
Tell me
Tom Hanks as the Colonel?
Yeah.
Come on, I got to go see it.
Tell me an Elvis story, man. Tell me something about Elvis.
I really couldn't tell you much except I loved him. I got there I started loving him towards the tail end of his career. You know, it was Fat Elvis by the time I started paying attention to him. But what a stud, man. Yeah. I mean, one guy, what he did was amazing. I mean, in the movies, Anne Margaret, any woman, the women were falling all over this guy. I mean, this guy, he was the king. Yeah. He was the king. And I remember the day he passed away, man, way too young. It was way too young. August in the 70s, I forget the year.
I love how
you 78 or something like that.
I love how you said the tail end, because that's actually what he went out on, was his tail end and sitting on the toilet.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid. You ever think how? I know, Jeff, you're way too young to think about this, but
a lot of poop jokes.
You ever think how you're gonna go out in the world, and that always sticks in my mind. I pray that I don't have to go out like Elvis did.
When I was younger, I used to always want. I mean, this is a young man's mind. When I imagine the way to go out, I imagine the same way I came into this world is the way that I would want. That's it. Is the way that I would want to leave this world. I mean, maybe it's a little crass, but
I love that.
I always thought that was great.
Hopefully, it's on the up and up, though.
100%. Right. Any movies for you, Spence? Anything you're looking forward to this summer?
Definitely Thor: Love and Thunder. I want to see that. I love all the Marvel movies. movie. So
Natalie Portman's back.
Natalie Portman's back. Thor's got his suit back. He's not Spencer Thor anymore. He's regular Thor. So I'm excited to see that.
He's the best at Spencer Thor, though.
Oh, for sure.
He's so carefree and loving. And you insert Korg.
Yeah.
Oh, man, Korg was great.
It's really good.
Yeah. But speaking of having their swagger back, Jeff, you know what tonight is. Tonight is Golden State Warriors, the Celtics. The Celtics, they've taken the life out of Golden State. They've taken the life out of Draymond. I don't know if I've ever seen Draymond at a press conference. Twice out of 3 games, he's been at the press conference, and he hasn't known what to say or what to do.
No.
What are you looking forward to tonight? Like, what has to happen for the Golden State Warriors to get this win and get some momentum back?
It's the others. And I'll put it this way. I mean, the stat came out, and it blew me away. Warriors' offensive rating this finals when Steph's on the court, 116.8, would rank first this season. And when he's off the court, 91.5, would rank worst the last 50 years. So that's historically bad. So they need the others, and that's the difference. You see it with the Celtics, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, Robert Williams I'll talk about in a second, Derek White, and Grant Williams. That's been the difference. I mean, Jason Tatum, game 1, didn't have a great game. They still got the job done. So with this coming into this matchup tonight, I'm looking at a couple guys. Draymond Green, obviously, you can't have 15 points and 15 fouls. I mean, that's in 3 games. Yeah. That's atrocious. Everybody remembers Draymond Green against Cleveland when he had 30 points. In the finals. That Draymond is not here, and you don't know if you're getting it. So with Robert Williams, though, he's been the biggest factor. They're taking advantage of the lack thereof of size for the Warriors. I mean, he's plus 14 in the NBA Finals. He has 10 blocks, and he's shooting 90% from the field. So Robert Williams has really been the difference. He can't play a ton of minutes because he's banged up, but when he's on the floor, you see the impact.
Yeah, before I get to the players on each side, before I get to the Celtics, or before I get to the Warriors, Maz and Jeff, for me, what is Steve Kerr going to do? Like, what's Steve Kerr going to do? Because I look at it right now, Ime Udoka has outcoached him every game. Even the game they won, I think Ime Udoka outcoached him in the first half. What can Steve Kerr do to get his boys back on track? Because we know he has the championship pedigree. We know he's won 3 finals. Yep. I get that. And he's won as a player. But right now, he's frankly getting outcoached by a guy who this is his first time there.
Yeah, speaking of Ime Udoka, I do want to speak on him for a second because when I was on the show a couple weeks ago, we talked about him instilling confidence in his players, and that's been the difference. Steve Kerr has always gotten credit for that, but I don't know what's going on in this finals. It is lack of adjustment. It is his rotations. We talked about it with Steph Curry being taken out when he was hot in the first quarter of game 1. So Steve Kerr, he's been in these games. He's been in the finals enough times now as a player and as a coach to be able to make the adjustments. You just got to figure out lineups when Steph's off the court. I mean, they had Kevin Looney out for a majority of last game, and even though they were getting beat up in the inside, he still was on the bench. So they got to make some. It's definitely in the rotations. Got to make some adjustments, man.
Listen, here's the kicker, guys. Golden State, not only are they in big trouble, they're in huge trouble.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Steph Curry is what, 50%? They
of their offense?
No, 50%.
Oh, in
healthy.
Terms of healthy.
He got banged up last game.
Yeah,
for sure.
He's gassed. First of all, let's use our word.
Yeah.
He is absolutely gassed, and he's hurt. Klay Thompson is not the splash brother he was. Yeah, he put up some points the other day, but the two of them combined 2 points in the fourth quarter. They win the third quarter. If you look back, they're winning the third quarter, but they have nothing left for the fourth quarter. The Celtics have too many guys. And I'm a Warriors guy. I called them from the get-go.
Yeah.
I want them to win. I really do. But I'm looking at a team that is on their last leg. No question about it. The East is the new beast. You know how you have to get through the East? You got to get through the Bucks. You got to get through the Bucks, right? Yeah. You got to get through the Celtics. You got to get through the Heat. It ain't the West anymore. The West is not the big dog anymore. It's the East. And now look at the teams coming up as well. You still got the Sixers. You got the Nets.
Yeah.
You know, it's not the same anymore. The West ain't the big dogs anymore. It's going to be hard for the Warriors to win this series, man. It really is.
The big thing for me, and obviously I understand, they got to get Kuminga in the game. They got to get Looney in the game. You got to get some of those bigger guys because right now what you're seeing from Jaylen Brown, what you're seeing from Jason Tatum, Marcus Smart, Al Horford, who looks like he's reinvigorated. He's playing like he's 25 years old.
He could win. He could win the MVP.
Exactly. Derek White. You look at Robert Williams. You're seeing a lot of physicality. You're seeing a lot of strength. You're seeing a lot of youth. And you're seeing it at both ends of the court.
Yeah.
They're playing on offense. They're playing on defense. The big thing for me, Jeff, I need people to stop looking around. It's one thing for us as fans and spectators to be waiting for Steph Curry to go for 40, to be waiting for Steph Curry to make 10 or 13 threes, to be waiting for Klay Thompson to insert his dominance. Here comes the splash brother number 2. Here comes 7 threes. Here comes 35 points. But it's another thing when the Warriors themselves are waiting for the same thing. Jordan Poole, Kuminga, Looney, when you're in the game, whoever's in the game, Draymond Green, stop watching the show and be a part of it.
And stop talking about the fans, too. Because I got to bring this up, and not a lot of people have talked about this.
Bring it up then,
The Warriors haven't played a fan base like Boston in the finals. And you know this. You can speak to this, Maz, especially.
Cleveland?
Absolutely.
Cleveland, Toronto,
Raptors,
they have never faced.
Well, Toronto's a hell of a
They do.
hell of a
Outside.
But in terms
you're
of
Jurassic World.
In terms of getting vulgar, though, I feel like Boston
True.
fans, they're different. And
Yeah,
Clay
Boston
talked
and New
about
York,
it.
top two.
Boston
Just
and New
ask
York.
Magic Johnson about that.
And you could tell, like, when Clay, after the game, immediately went to the fans, I'm just thinking, they got him. They got him. If the first thing you're talking about after a loss is the fans, they got you. They got you.
They don't have – the Golden State don't have the bench.
No.
They just don't have it. That's a flawed team. The more I look at them, the more Boston's got them, man. I wouldn't put $1 on Golden State.
What I need to see out of Golden State, Steve Kerr, I need to see you put guys in better position. I need to see better half-court transition. I need to see better setups at half-court. I need you to set your half-court offense up. Got to set up better. Get some of these tall guys in, Kuminga and Looney. Don't forget, Looney almost averaged a double-double against Memphis. Looney almost averaged a double-double against Dallas. He's a guy, he's a big body. And I understand you may look at it and say, oh, this is the finals, and, we don't want to put anybody out there that doesn't know the moment. Hell, they're on your team. They got you to this moment. You got to start having some trust in people. Because Steve Kerr, if you don't have the trust in them and you're banking on Steph Curry to be Steph Curry, I got news for you. Not only is this team younger, you're looking at a Jason Tatum who's 24, Jaylen Brown who's 25, Marcus Smart who's 27, Pritchard who's 24, and the list goes on how young they are. You're looking at Draymond Green who's in his 30s, and oh, by the way, he missed 32 games this year with a back injury. Steph Curry missed another 15 to 20 games this year. Klay Thompson's coming back off 2 major injuries. Not only are they injured players coming off an injury, they're tired as hell because they're no longer 12 years old.
You just mentioned Memphis and Dallas. Big deal. They're nothing compared to what the Celtics are.
He's got a point.
They're nothing. I'm telling you, the West, getting through the West is nothing compared to getting through the East now. They're finished.
Well, you know what? Let's stick here. Let's stick with it. The game is tonight. I think this could be – let's talk more about Draymond Green when we get back because I think this could be his Hall of Fame moment. We already know he's going to be a Hall of Fame, but this could be the most important moment for Draymond Green in his career. We'll do that in a minute, but first, a message from SMA. The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast, This is the F Word, helps spread awareness of fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you have any concerns, any questions, any problems as it relates to you or somebody you know. Everybody is going through things, and the SMA, we're here to tell you it's okay to not be okay. Go to thesportsma.com.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
When you need apparel, there is only one place to go, Big Frog Novi. With no setup fees, no network fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has the styles you want. Visit bigfrog.com or call 844-4BIG-FROG. That's 844-4BIG-FROG. And if you want to visit their website, go to bigfrog.com/Novi.
Look at Sam with the sexy voice in there, man. That was a silky smooth operator voice in there, Flannel Sam.
Hey, I'm taking Neil Rule's job. I'm coming for you, man.
Okay.
Tom Brady to his Drew Bledsoe.
Got a little challenge going on. But speaking of challenges, man, back to Draymond Green and tonight, Game 4, the parquet floor in Boston. Draymond Green has an opportunity to have his Hall of Fame moment. And what I mean by that is he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's 3 championships in. He's an MVP in. He's made it to 2 or 3 All-Star games. We get all those numbers. But here's your chance to have your moment. Every finals he's been in, it's been the KD moment. It's been Klay Thompson with 38 in the quarter. It's been Steph Curry with the things that he's done. Well, here it is time for Draymond Green to have your moment. What better moment, what better platform to do what you do? A physical team. First time you played against a team that matches up to what you do.
Yeah.
Cleveland didn't do it. The Raptors didn't do it. Cleveland didn't do it again. But now you have that moment. What can Draymond Green, or what should Draymond Green do tonight? What are you looking for?
He's got to bring something. Because when we talk about Draymond Green, everybody likes to bring up defense. And that's what you're looking at for Draymond Green. But one thing I saw watching Draymond Green this series especially is not only is Jaylen Brown calling him out at the top of the key to go on one-on-one, but he's getting out-rebounded. He's getting out-bodied by Robert Williams, and that was always the Warriors' strength. They can go small on you, but now it seems like the Warriors go small, teams punish them, and that's not really what the Warriors, their identity is. So with Draymond Green, you got to bring something. At least if you're not going to be as good as you are offensively, because we get it. It seems like right now, if you're watching Draymond Green, it's almost like he's playing like KD still on the team. Like he has this sense of, all right, I could be passive. I have Steph, I have KD, I have Clay. No, you don't. You have Steph, but you also have Clay, who's coming off 2 surgeries, no KD, and I got, oh my God.
What in the hell is he doing? Why
he got a wig on?
Why does Easy look like he's running for an office somewhere? And it's shorts though, but it's the shorts.
You see how scared that man just looked walking by?
Oh, what is he looking at? Easy Trump.
Does that man, does Easy know where he is right now?
I don't know what's going on, Easy, man. But that's why you got to love working here. You never know what you're going to see, or you never know who you're going to see wearing what type of clothes or outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Getting back to Draymond, though. Getting back to Draymond. Getting back to Draymond, it's hard to get to after that by Easy, which was so funny.
The cameo.
But getting back to Draymond, I think it's the first time you see him be overwhelmed. I think so often you just hit the nail on the head. He's looking for KD. Look at all the situations that he's been in. The things that he does, like them not having to account for him on the offense, he was able to get away with that. When you got Splash Brother 1, Splash Brother 2, you have Sean Livingston coming off the bench with the mid-range game. You have KD, you have Eagle Dollar, you have all these things. But now they need him to be more than just a guy that gets into people's heads, that gets a couple fouls, that gets a couple rebounds. They need him to be that facilitator that he has been for them, and we've seen him do it. He's a guy that can get the offense going and facilitate and lead to some points for himself. I just need him to step up, Maz.
And that's what makes the matchup against the Celtics so difficult, because all 5 of the Celtics starters, you can't leave them open.
No, you can't.
And
the bench players.
Never mind. I was going to say that.
And
never mind to put that. Their bench is what's winning them the game.
Draymond, you'll see he's in the corner. No one's on him.
No.
And they're fine with it. Take it. We'll live with it.
Braylon said that from day one, that the matchup, they don't even have to cover Draymond Green. From the beginning. This was before he shot himself in the foot and made himself look. He looks terrible, man. Yeah. He looks terrible.
And I like Draymond as a player, but my God, man.
Maybe he's just done. Maybe he's just met his match. Maybe they've just met their match.
They definitely have met their match. You see them. The Warriors are only winning 1 quarter game. They're winning the 3rd quarter.
Yeah.
The Celtics have won every other quarter. They won the 1st. They won the 2nd.
Especially
they won the 4th.
Jaylen
Brown is playing like a man possessed in the 4th quarter. He has the most. First of all, he has the most points in the NBA. I mean, in the playoffs.
That's the superstar.
Second of all, he has the most points in the 4th quarter. Like you talk about with the Celtics team, with their roster. Everybody plays both ends. Derek White can close out, plays the wing, plays the post. Oh, by the way, I can shoot the 3. Marcus Smart's another guy. If he has a couple good games, he can mess around and be MVP. It just looks like a team that is 1, younger, 2, hungrier, 3, they're longer, they're taller, they're bigger, they're playing physical. We talked about it yesterday. What it reminds me of is when you would see those finesse Colts teams with Marvin Harrison and Peyton, and then you would have Reggie Wayne on the other side, or the greatest show on turf, which was the St. Louis Rams. They had all those small wide receivers, and they were doing all that, and then they ran against the New England Patriots that played physical.
Maker.
No pun, or not pun intended. They're also Boston. They're physical. They out-physicaled the Rams, and they punked them, and then the Rams were no more. The greatest show on turf was gone. Is that something that we can see? Do you think that this is something that the players are just maybe a little banged up, and they'll get it back? Do you think this is what we're seeing, the end of a reign of terror with the Golden State Warriors?
It's just hard to dominate for as long as the Warriors have. And you got to give them credit, certainly, but to hold longevity, Father Time is undefeated. And we all know this, especially in the NBA. Shooting is important.
My knee can tell you that.
Shooting is important, and you're seeing the shooting, but with guys being banged up and you're having liabilities in your starting lineup, I mean, no offense to Draymond, but the man's a liability. So, 100%. I think they met their maker in the Boston Celtics.
Let me ask you guys this. Go back to the East Finals. If the Heat beat the Celtics, will the Warriors be in better shape against the Heat?
It would be over already.
It's crazy how every series is different.
The NBA...
Every series is different.
The NBA and boxing are the 2 greatest examples of matchups.
Yeah.
NBA or basketball and boxing, because you can see a team like look what happened with the Heat and the Boston Celtics. They were going tick for tat, tick for tat. Well, Jimmy Butler versus the Boston Celtics were going tit for tat, tit for tat. They almost won that series. And if they do
sure
win that series, I think Golden State blows the Heat out. But here we are. They barely won that series. The Celtics won that series. And now the Celtics are on the verge of destroying one of the greatest dynasties we've ever seen.
And go back to the Bucks series. I mean, the Bucks had the Celtics on the rope. Celtics come back and beat them.
And I think the difference between those teams and the Warriors is, yeah, they have one player, Giannis and Jimmy Butler, but those guys can defend. Like, as a team, the Warriors don't look like those teams in terms of defensively, and the Celtics are having no issue. I mean, every game so far has been won by at least 10 points. Like, there hasn't been any close.
They're 3 points or bust.
Yeah.
With that being said, all right, now let's talk. We know what Draymond Green has to do. We know Steph is banged up. We know Steph is going to go out there and give it his all. I still expect Steph to come out here and have somewhere 26, maybe 3 threes, something like that.
Yeah.
It's just Steph. Steph's going to give us that. I think Klay got on the right track last game, which was good to him. It was good for him to see the ball go in the hoop. 5 threes, I'll take that. Name 2 players that you need to step up.
On the Warriors?
Oh, well, everybody stepped up for the Celtics.
I was going to say, the Celtics, they got nobody. But the Warriors, it got to be obviously Draymond. And another one, I would say Jordan Poole, but he had a good game. But other than that, he's been a little shaky. It's more of a collective thing. Like Steph, like the Celtics, yeah, Al Horford, Marcus Smart, Derek White, but then Grant Williams and Robert Williams step up other games. So it's more collectively. You got to play Kevon Looney more because he's been effective. But for me, it's got to be Draymond Green and got to be Jordan Poole. I'll throw him in there. He's important to them.
For me, Maz, I look at a guy like Andrew Wiggins. And the reason why I look at Andrew Wiggins is because of this. Now, I know he's averaging the quietest 18 points.
All on dunks.
In the finals. Some shots. I will hope that actually plays to what I want to say. I hope there would be some dunks in there. Quietest 18 points. He's averaging around 7 rebounds, 18. So he's doing work. But at the same time, who started in the NBA All-Star game this year for the Golden State Warriors that wasn't Steph Curry? Oh, that's right. It's Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins started an All-Star game this year. I need Andrew Wiggins to show me some energy. If I can get Andrew Wiggins to come out, give me some energy. I'm talking about dunking, being aggressive. He's playing defense. Like, I can't take that away from him, and he is scoring points. But I need some noise. I need some aggression. I need it to be louder so your team can see it. That's who I need to step up for the Golden State Warriors. I think that will help Draymond out a lot.
If I got one bet to make tonight, I would bet the Warriors to win the first quarter. I'm betting that they come out and they give it their all in the first quarter. I'm not sure if they can. I'm not going to sure if they're going to win the game, but I would bet them to win the first quarter.
Oh, I mean, we'll have Prince on Beer Man a little bit,
yep.
So we'll be able to ask him what does he think
later
about that. What is he? I just think Wiggins can. I think Wiggins the guy. Wiggins can ignite a spark. Because it would be good if Draymond, if Klay, if Steph saw somebody else taking over. There's one thing in scoring points. There's another thing when a guy takes over the game. Look at Jaylen Brown. Right. Jaylen Brown on the other side. Tatum can just watch Jaylen Brown do his thing. He can look Tatum off. He can look Al Horford off. He can look Marcus Smart off. They got to get a guy to look them off. They got to get a guy to get this off. And I think that guy could be Wiggins.
And to Wiggins' point, I think he's one of the only players on the Warriors that can match up with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. So especially defensively. He is tired. But Andrew Wiggins is a good one. And what I love about Andrew Wiggins is if the shot's not falling, he'll crash the boards. He'll keep going, man.
Well, he's definitely going to have to crash the boards if they want to get some second chance points tonight on that parquet floor. You know, more on Golden State Warriors when we get back. But first, a message from the Fallen Warehouse.
You know where it is. It's in Hamtramck, and it's the man, Chris Hunt. He is the man who invented my favorite game, football and bowling. Put them together, and you got Folding. That's right. 2 ways to play it, $12 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation just for your very own 10 or 12 of your closest friends and family. Costs you $120. You get it for 2 hours. Bring your own food in or have it delivered. The bar is open, folks. Over 100 beers to offer. The $2 mystery beer machine and any drink you want, they can make it for you. Get your Fold on. Check them out. For more information, check out foldingwarehouse.com.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron. Here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh, wait. It's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you want to know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Strawberry Fest is back at Big Boy. We brought back some of the classic breakfast items like the strawberry French toast, hot cakes, and waffle. If you're not feeling breakfast, try our new strawberry bacon chicken wrap, crispy chicken wrap, nacho wrap, or strawberry salad. The perfect recipe for springtime. And don't forget to grab dessert, including our berry delicious strawberry pie for only $1.99 with the purchase of $7.99 or more at participating Big Boy locations.
Right now, up until August 31st, if you are a teenager between the ages of 14 and 19, you can work out at any Planet Fitness location for free via the Summertime Pass. And I know if I were that age, I would absolutely take advantage of this amazing offer to, again, work out for free if you are between the ages of 14 and 19 at any Planet Fitness. For everyone else, right now, for just $0 down and only $10 a month, you can get your Planet Fitness membership. No matter where you are, there is a Planet Fitness nearby. Join in-club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where Spencer?
Where your fitness is essential.
Damn, you guys had that down pat.
I know, right? They were working on that before we got in the studio. Braylon Edwards on a beautiful Friday. Ryan and Marty not in. Spending some time with the family. Love your brother. But got my man Jeff. Iafrate filling in those shoes. Talking a little bit about Golden State and the Celtics and what has to happen. Let's put a pin in that and let's talk about a team that we care about, actually, and that is the Detroit Lions and Dan Campbell. We got to bring it back home, man, with the Detroit Lions. Jeff, minicamp just ended for the Detroit Lions, and everybody seems to be excited, from Dan Campbell to Sheila to the offensive coordinators, defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, Ben Johnson. What are you looking forward to seeing so far this season coming up with the Detroit Lions and all that they've done so far with the draft and the offseason acquisitions?
It's really right now, and we talked about it, the coordinators. I'm excited to see Ben Johnson. That's number one for me. I mean, when I was on the morning show talking with Adam, when Ben Johnson was first, upgraded after Anthony Lynn was dismissed, this is a guy I've been advocating to be offensive coordinator for quite some time. So now that he's here and now he's working with the starters, he talked about, making sure Jared Goff has a career year, which you like to see, that enthusiasm. But it's got to be Ben Johnson. I know what I'm getting out of Aaron Glenn. I know what I'm getting out of most of these players. Now, the rookies I'm excited for, but Ben Johnson, even if he isn't calling plays, that's somebody that I'm looking forward to because I think he can be a real stud in the city of Detroit.
Well, it's interesting that you bring up Ben Johnson as well as Aaron Glenn talking about the coordinators. Yeah. Your boy Dan Campbell had something to say about his coordinators and how he was excited.
To have your owner in the building and to be here and to know she knows who we are. She knows the issues that we have as it pertains to, could be anything from players to concepts to, it doesn't matter. Man, it could be what's going on in the weight room, because she's around and she's hearing all of it. And so she knows from our own perspective, Brad and myself, as to how we feel about certain things, where we feel like we need to go, where we feel like we're deficient, where we feel like we can really, and I just think when that's the case, man, I think that's a recipe for good things to happen.
This actually was a quote. This actually was a clip talking about Dan Campbell, how he feels about Sheila E. Sheila E.
I likes her too.
Hey,
Great drummer.
Love Bizarre. Love
Great
Bizarre is
drummer.
one of my favorite songs. But this is Dan Campbell talking about Sheila being around the organization, being able to be seen, asking questions. And I think he's absolutely right. One thing I noticed when I played the game, when we saw the owner around, it meant that much more. When you see Woody Johnson coming into the weight room, he's always wearing the hat and the green tie, but you see him in the weight room, you see him in the training room, talking to players, hey, how's it going, how's the injury? When you see an owner around, you see that an owner cares, it makes you that much excited to be a part of a franchise or organization. It's just like when we see Chad come in. When you see Chad come in, it's like, oh, shoot, Chad's here.
That's true.
It's going to be a good week. It makes you want to work. It makes you want to go that much harder. So I think I like this, what he said about Sheila Hamp.
And that's crazy you bring that up, because that's what I was going to ask you, is how does it, from a player's perspective, how does it feel when a person like Sheila Ford Hamp walks in? And that's awesome to hear. That's what you want to hear with a person like Sheila Ford. Number one, gives the players and Dan Campbell this new regime confidence, but it shows she cares, and it shows she wants to change the narrative. Now, people can sit here and crap on Ford ownership, but what you can't appreciate is Sheila's done everything in her power to take that next step and be there and be in person for these guys. So credit to her.
Yeah, it's not her fault.
No.
It's not her fault.
It's just the last name.
She's the last Ford that has an opportunity to take a chance at this team, and it's turning out that she's the best one so far. Let's face it.
Yeah.
I mean, Mr. Ford when he had the team. He had one playoff run, right? They were good in the 90s, but he got them to the playoffs one time. And then you know the rest of the story, unfortunately. So here we are. And then the second time, you're talking about the coordinators.
Yeah.
So Dan Campbell went on to say he's liking what his guys are doing. Ben Johnson, of course, on the offensive side. And on the defensive side, Aaron Glenn. He says, I kind of like what they're doing. Spence, you can hit this one. He kind of likes like they're playing a kind of a chess game against each other in the OTAs.
You want to feel like your coordinators are playing a chess game amongst each other. And you're trying to be one step ahead of each other, and because now it creates problems, and then you learn to solve problems, and then you go to the next thing, and I think that's how you really get better schematically, and then just developing your talent. What can they do inside the system? You know, where can we take advantage of a weakness on either side? And I feel like we're doing that right now. So that's what gives me that's what makes me feel pretty good right now, because I can feel our coordinators playing the chess game, and we are. There's problems being solved and created on both sides.
And that's what's exciting about the Detroit Lions now that they have some more players on the offensive side. Now they're getting more players on the defensive side. It's no fun when you have one good offensive coordinator and one good side. I mean, one good coordinator and one good side of the ball. You beat up on the other side of the ball. It's good when you have a mix. I remember being with the New York Jets. We had Brian Schottenheimer, and we had a list of offensive players that could play the game. And then on the opposite side, we had Mike Pettin, who ended up being the Cleveland Browns head coach. But we had him, and then we had Darrelle Revis, and then we had Antonio Cromartie. You just get that battle in now. Each practice, each period, guys are trying to out-scheme the other guy. Guys are trying to play, run a Knights Bishop. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing 7-on-7. So it's good to hear Dan Campbell be able to talk about his coordinators like that, talk about his players like that, because when the coordinators feel confident, that's when the players start to feel confident, and then you see results on the field.
And Dan Campbell instills that. Like everybody, when Dan Campbell was first hired, and people like to bring up the reports when he was an interim head coach for Miami that he made his players do Oklahoma drills. He loves competition. Whether it's players, coaches, this is what they're doing. Whether it's Penei Sewell and Aiden Hutchinson, or it's Ben Johnson on Aaron Glenn. And you heard Ben Johnson, too, speak about it at the press conference. Aaron Glenn wants to be the best coordinator ever in Detroit. Yeah. Ben Johnson's like, whoa. I want to take that title as well. So I appreciate that. If you want to be great and Dan Campbell instills that confidence, man, you got to love it.
You got to love this coaching staff that they put together. I know we've been talking about it, but it's unique. No one in the NFL has what the Lions have right now.
They can suit up.
Yeah, I really am looking forward to seeing Hard Knocks and getting down there to Allen Park. I mean, Corey Woods is down there. He's lucky, man. He gets to be down there every single day, and he's working his tail off. But he's down there and watching things happen, and to see these pros that I used to watch play now coach, it's really, I think it's, Bray, you got to like it. It's better than seeing this some guy that off the street coaching you.
Oh, yeah.
You're seeing a peer coaching you.
The great thing I like about it with this team is, and you've talked about this early on in the year as we got my boy Adam Beydoun in the studio having a little fun on this Friday. Meow. Shout out to Super Troopers again. If you guys seen that movie, little meow action coming at you. But all their coaches are former players. Like, it's nothing like having former players. They know what they're talking about. It's nothing like having a guy that's been in your shoes. It's nothing like having a guy that's been there. It's nothing like having a guy that understands what you're talking about. It's nothing like having a guy that may have had problems with the coach before, and he understands that. Like, we used to do this thing in all training camps where it's coach vision. So basically, whatever coach is a former player, we will find his video or find his highlight, and you put up their plays. And, it always gets the guys going. It gets you excited. But at most, you got about 5 guys that used to play, or maybe 4, and you're looking for the highlights, and it's a couple. And you look at this highlight reel. Like, just imagine putting on Deuce Staley's highlight. How excited will a team get watching Deuce Staley's highlight? How excited is a team going to get watching Mark Brunell's highlight? What about Antoine Randall with the reverse pass in the Super Bowl at Ford Field?
Wow.
4 touchdowns.
Nice call.
Aaron Glenn.
Over 40 picks, man.
A monster on the DV. He had more picks than I had touchdowns, man. I don't know. Now I'm mad. I don't like him anymore. But it's just one thing when you see that it gets the guys going, it gets the juices flowing. And I think they have a very unique team and a very unique room, and I'm excited to see what that can look like this year. I'm still going with 6 wins, but damn it, I want them to win more.
I know. They're going to be competitive. Yeah. And now the most competitive, and you said it yesterday, we were on location at Freedom Hill, and that was great. Cars and Cigars yesterday.
Amazing
Thanks
event.
again to everybody there. I hope they made a lot of money, almost $1.5 million for the Chilani charities there. But we talked about the wide receiver room. And you know what? Do we need a break here?
You know what? Yeah.
When we come back, let's
get
chat.
to a break.
Because there's a guy I want to bring up that Dan Campbell's bringing up that you like. This is a secret receiver on this team that no one's talking about. That Dan Campbell.
Who's better than this guy Maz over here on the couch, man?
So there you go.
Who knows more stuff than this guy,
There you go, my man.
You know what? We'll take a quick break, but before we do that, how about a message from Les Stanford?
Well, it's no secret that these guys can play on the coaching staff, but it's also no secret that Les Stanford can take care of you. New cars are hard to come by, but they're available at Les Stanford. You got to make a plan. A location coming in for lease or purchase of new vehicles. Les Stanford also has over 350 pre-owned cars on their lot right now. All makes, all models, all years, some with less than 500 miles. For more, visit lesstanford.com. Find new roads.
Find them.
Find them.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Hey, Scott from the Bet Show. Are you guys ready for the weekend? I know I am. You know what? Forget it. Let's just call in blind. I can't see working on such a nice day like today, especially when I'm going to give you a winner here in a second. But first, you guys got to get over to that app store and download oddstrader.com. It's the best place to check all the odds at all the different sports books. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, everything you need. But hey, let's get back to that winner so we can just skip the rest of the day at work. I'm rolling with the Golden State Warriors tonight, getting the 4 points in Boston. Win one, lose one, win one. We've been talking about it. Woodward Sports, oddstrader.com. Check it out.
Our friends at Alta Equipment know that when it comes to getting your job done, completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. That's why Alta Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction. With the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan, there is nothing your project can throw at you that Alta can't handle. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. That is 844-GO-TO-ALTA today. Alta Equipment, where uptime matters.
Braylon Edwards, chilling with my man Jeff Iafrate and my man Maz on the couch, enjoying a beautiful Friday.
It's gorgeous
here in Detroit. You know what? Why not check out the Tigers game today as they start their stay against the Toronto Blue Jays, who are third place in the division.
Is Tom T going to be there today?
Tom T definitely likes to go to the Tigers game. So
no, Toronto.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
He's not a Blue Jays fan. He's a Maple Leafs fan.
Okay.
He's a Maple Leafs fan, but he's been in Detroit long enough. He's a Tigers guy.
By the way, Scotty G on the YouTube tells me, Maz, Golden State plus 120 to win the first quarter.
I like those
So
odds.
100 wins you 120 on the Warriors.
There you
win
go.
That first quarter.
Shout out to Scotty G also today. He brought in Coney
He
dogs.
did.
I haven't had a Coney dog
Scotty.
in a very long time, and I'm very ashamed to be from Detroit and haven't had a Coney dog in that long.
Sorry, Spence.
So we appreciate that.
Oh.
But getting back to it, let's get back to the Detroit Lions. I'm thinking about the Tigers now.
I had brought up the secret.
They're winning, man.
I brought up the secret wide receiver.
Secret wide receiver. One of the most loaded rooms for the Detroit Lions is the wide receiver position. Shout out to my man T.
Uncle
Foss
T.
in the building. Uncle T in the building. But you look at the wide receiver room. You look at they draft Jamison Williams, who you know won't be available for the beginning of training camp, which is good. We want it to be that way. You have Amon-Ra St. Brown. You saw he played, Jeff, at the end of last year. You bring in DJ Chark, who I'm hearing nothing but great things about. I'm hearing his speed, his ability to drop on a dime, plant. Khalif Raymond, another slot guy that we had last year, made some plays. But what about this guy? Quintez Cephas, wide receiver who actually was the go-to guy at the start of the season last year, wide receiver out of Wisconsin. I guess I'm not the only one that likes him. Dan Campbell seems to like him as well.
You know, he's doing what we asked him to do, and last year it was kind of like put him in a competitive environment, all of a sudden he shows up. And that's when you really feel him. And yesterday we get in one of those competitive environments, and who shows up? He showed up again. So we don't ignore those things. I don't ignore them, you know. So that was good to see out of him.
You know what I like too? He's wearing a real wide receiver number.
Yeah.
Number 87. A real wide receiver number.
That,
okay?
So you talking stuff? I wore 17.
I don't care. I like in the 80s. Give me numbers in the 80s.
Well, Maz, I wish I could go over and do it all over again just for you. I would have chose 80 like my first number in Michigan. But I like this by Dan Campbell, and I like Quintez Cephas. Last year you saw him. He was the go-to guy for for the Lions, for the most part of the first 6 games of the season before he got injured. Now just look at that room, and you know what it means. What does it mean to a guy like Jared Goff, Jeff, to took a look around? He has T.J. Hockenson, he has Quintez Cephas, he has Khalif Raymond, he has Amon-Ra St. Brown, DJ Chark, and eventually Jameson Williams. What does that do for a guy that also has one of the best lines in the NFL?
Trust. And I think that was a big thing last year he didn't have with these receivers. Number one, because they were in and out of the lineup. But you saw Quintez last year show flashes. But what I'm excited for with this wide receiver room is the competition. That these guys, last year, Khalif could play. Quintez could play. Now, if you ain't producing, you're not playing. Because DJ Chark, you mentioned, Jameson Williams.
Josh Reynolds, another guy.
Josh Reynolds, the guy that they brought back. So that's what I'm most excited about, the competition. I think Quintez will find his way in the lineup, man. He's a scrapper.
Hey, we forgot about Kadarius Hodge. Isn't he still on the team?
Trinity Benson.
Yeah, don't forget Trinity Benson.
That's Trinity Benson.
Fifth-round pick for him, didn't we?
He only got scratched, 10 out of 12 games or something like that?
Nah, man.
He's lighting up camp.
Hey.
But yes, Spence, that's true.
You hit the nail on the head, and it's competition. Like, it's competition. Like, it's great when you have competition. I think it's also great when you have competition when there's no clear-cut guy. Like, obviously, you can say Amon-Ra St. Brown because of how he came on and he had the better year last year. But you can easily look at Quintez Cephas was the guy for Jared Goff early in the year. You can look at DJ Chark as being the guy that they paid to come in. He's 6'3". He runs 4'3". And then you look at Jameson Williams. You look at a guy that they drafted. They moved up 20 slots to get. Then you look at Josh Reynolds, who's the guy that Jared Goff has known the longest. And he's helped the team. That's where you create that competition. You got guys that are trying to work and get in there and be the guy. It does nothing but breed the best players.
So what can the second-year kid like Amon-Ra St. Brown expect now? Because now he's not a secret.
Right.
So what does he have to do now? Because let's face it, it ain't going to be so easy for him this time.
See, now is when you take your knowledge of the game up to the next level. See, in the first year, you're just going out there and you're plug and play. Like, literally, Jared Goff is going out there and tell you, hey, go over here and run this route. Go over here and run this route. And eventually, you're starting to learn it. But you guys are still behind the 8 ball in terms of talent around you. So you're just really trying to learn your spot. Right. You want to know the Z position. I want to know what the Z does. That's all I'm focusing on because that's all I have time to because it's 17 games and it's rapid fire. Now that he has off season, he's learned his position. He's learned the position that he knows that he plays. Now it's time to learn the concept. Yesterday when we were talking about what makes Cooper Kupp so dangerous, what makes him worth the money that he got, it's the cerebral assassin part of the game that Jeff just alluded to by tapping the skull. He's a cerebral assassin. He knows the concept. He knows what is expected. He knows the line slides. He knows the blitzes on the other side. See, now in his second year, now is when you take your game up a notch in terms of the mental aspect and the mental way you approach the game, Jeff.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head, I think. I mean, Maz, you can speak to it as well. With having T.J. Hockenson back and these weapons, more weapons, yes, towards the end of last season, they knew Amon-Ra St. Brown was the guy. He still got his. And now you're going to have more talent surrounding him. Hopefully that's going to be more beneficial for him as well.
I wanted to show you guys something that I came across yesterday. The Detroit Lions social media team does a great job, by the way. They're as good as HBO when they do.
They're funny
when they do their stuff. When HBO does their Hard Knocks, ESPN they got nothing on the Detroit Lions.
No, Detroit Lions.
They do their Inside the Den. They call it. This is the second one now, Spence. This is the 2 minutes. This is from draft night. This is when Brad Holmes was chatting around and talking to Minnesota and trying to make a deal to get Jameson Williams over here. In case you missed it, folks, this is how draft night went down in the Detroit Lions war room.
I followed up with Kwesi.
Hey, Kwesi. How you doing, man? You still on? Yeah, I'm good. If the guys are good.
He's the same. He's good. Same trade though.
Minnesota's maybe.
32, 34, 66 places.
Yes.
When Kwesi said he was still good, I was basically like, well, I'm not good because we still got some teams in front of us and our guy's still up there, so don't know what's going to happen. And then, sure enough, then New Orleans trades up to 11 in front of us.
New Orleans is on the clock.
When they traded up, you didn't know which way they were going to go. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But I did think that just maybe they're in a position where they need a guy right now. You know, maybe they feel like they can wait on Jameson to get ready, and so then when they got Olave, then it was a damn good feeling.
Picks in.
Picks in.
Hey, we're all good now? All right, let's do it. Hey, man, I really appreciate it, man. Pleasure being with you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, hold it in, hold it in. It's coming. I said I wasn't going to do that this year, wasn't I? We're on the final. We're good?
Very similar feeling when I saw Jalen Waddle the previous year show up on that screen, and then I knew we were going to land Panay.
That's what the hell I'm talking about right
See
there.
that?
Do you see the energy in that room?
Yeah.
I got goosebumps, man.
How do you not?
How do you not?
How do you not? The energy in that room was electric.
That doesn't happen if the Saints don't jump and get Olave. It doesn't happen.
You're right.
That deal.
So now, Maz, you as a person that has been very vocal as it relates to drafting guys that are injured or coming off injury, like now when you see everybody in that room like that excited about getting Jameson Williams and now they're protecting him the right way, does it make you a little more cause for ease, or are you still optimistic?
Listen,
optimism is the wrong word.
I want it to
Nervous.
work out, all right? I don't like drafting players that have injuries, and then they come back in the next round and they get Pascal, and now he's hurt again.
Right.
And he was hurt before in college, then hurt at the bowl game, and now hurt in OTAs. It doesn't give me a good feeling that they drafted back-to-back players, and then a few rounds later they get the tight end from Vatech that has got the ACL
retired
as well. No, this was before. That's the undrafted guy.
Oh yeah,
the tight end from Vatech that's got the injury. So they drafted 3 guys with injuries. I want them to work.
Yeah.
Am I nervous? Yeah, I'm a Lions fan.
I look at it this way. I mean, you know, hey, Henry Ford Health System is supposed to be the best health system in the world. So we're bringing
take care of them boys.
Exactly.
I went there the other day for my migraines.
Exactly.
I hope it works.
You went to the one I was born at.
There
West
you go.
Grand Boulevard
I was
off
there.
the Lodge Freeway.
I was on 11th floor there, baby.
1, 2, 3, 4 a.m. 2000. Well, not
Look at
2000. 1983.
I was 2000. I got you in 2000.
But how cool was that video?
It was great to see, man. They gave us some insights, some behind closed doors, and also it can show you for the people that were, why did they move up 20 spots for a wide receiver? Why did they move up 20 spots for a wide receiver that was hurt? You see that energy in a group like that is in charge with the team's future, all that money. You got to be pretty excited watching how excited they were, Jeff.
Yeah, they got their guy. They found their guy, and they wanted to go get him. But speaking of go getting them, go get a haircut, because I got you guys. Lady Jane's. As you guys know, we broadcast live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts in Birmingham, Michigan, and it is awesome for me. I'm wearing a hat today. It's looking rough today, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I get off the air.
Man, you look
I
good.
go sit in one of those chairs. The ladies take care of me, and by the time you leave, you're a whole different person. Get to Lady Jane's, open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
OddsTrader.com, the #1 site for all your game day bets. Begin your handicapping journey at OddsTrader.com. For play-by-play updates, live scores, and bet tracking, download OddsTrader from the App Store today. For best price on every game, you know what time it is. All the games you want to do, all the comparative sports prices, the rates, go to OddsTrader.com for all the games, all the bets. OddsTrader.com. Oh, man, speaking of bets, I would have never bet that my coach's grandson wouldn't have chose the University of Michigan to go and play football. Instead, C.J. Carr, Celine's sophomore quarterback, last night made a decision to go to, that's right, Notre Dame.
We got the video.
University. You got the video?
This'll prove
Put
it.
the video up. If you guys don't believe me, I think this will take the cake.
Michigan always will hold a special place in my heart. We're a Michigan family. But with that being said, I'd like to commit to the University of Notre Dame.
There it is. Wow. C.J. Carr going to pave his own path and head to Notre Dame.
He obviously digs the Notre Dame head coach.
Nah, you know what? In all fairness, I'm joking. I talked to Coach Carr this morning. I told Coach, congrats. I told Coach, because I've known the Carr family my whole life. Jason Carr recruited me when he was at Central. Jason Carr is Coach's son. Look at Coach right there. I still can't get used to Lloyd wearing
the Notre Dame hat.
The Notre Dame hat. I can't get used to it. I won't lie about that. But he was very proud of his grandson, and what he said to me in a text, he said, "CJ's happy. That makes me happy," which almost made me cry. But it's good to see. But people got to relax and they got to slow down. Like, people got to calm down. Everybody wants him to go to Michigan, and they feel like it's blasphemous that he didn't. Look at it from this point of view. Point of view one: his dad didn't go to Michigan. His dad didn't coach at Michigan. You know what I'm saying? His grandfather didn't go to Michigan. Like, his grandfather coached at Michigan and is an icon. He's a legend. He is the best coach to me. But if you look at what Michigan has been, CJ's 16 years old, okay?
Right.
In the last 10 years, so from the time he was maybe 6, maybe even 11 years, when he can understand what's going on in the game, Michigan hasn't been that. Michigan hasn't been the team that you say, I got to go to Michigan. Michigan in that year won Big Ten championship, and that was this past season.
So that should be the one.
One Big Ten championship. Nothing else did they do in that 10-year run or that 11-year run. Meanwhile, Notre Dame, since he's been growing up, they went to a national championship. They've been to the playoffs 3 times. They've had 11-win seasons almost every year. So when you look at it from that point of view, you gotta relax and you gotta understand where CJ is coming from. Not only that, he's 16. He's a sophomore.
He probably watched
Who
Rudy.
knows what can happen in his junior year, in his senior year? Who knows what happens if he changes his mindset? Nowadays, these kids want to pick a team. They just want to be on the roster.
Right.
They want to be on the roster and have a spot. Things can change, Jeff. What do you make of everybody going crazy that he didn't go to U of M?
I don't make too much of it because everything you just said, I mean, listen, if your grandfather is a legend at the University of Michigan, it's hard. You're going to live under his shadow a little bit, especially as good as CJ is and can be even better. I look at it like this. I give more credit to Marcus Freeman because I feel like that type of coach, younger, can relate to more players. You talk about him being a sophomore. There's something there. Obviously, he connects with players. So I think it's more so the job Marcus Freeman's doing. Everyone just looks for a reason to bash on Michigan and Jim Harbaugh and what they're doing. But hey, man, hell of a wall. Look, I'm ready to run through a brick wall for Coach Freeman. I mean, that speaks volumes.
That doesn't sound like a guy that's changing his mind in 2 years. That sounds like a guy that's pretty content on his decision. And you make a great point. Marcus Freeman is a young coach. He's a young guy. He's a young mind. You saw how his players reacted to it. And this is another big thing, too. When Brian Kelly decided in the middle of the night to leave Notre Dame and then send him that BS text message, none of his assistants went with him. None of his family went with him. They all stayed with Coach Freeman. You saw how excited they were about Coach Freeman. These kids that are getting recruited now, CJ is a kid, but they're much older than we were in the recruiting process when I was younger. They pay attention to that stuff. And he said, this guy is a loyal guy. This guy has the pulse of his team, has the pulse of his kids. I think he's making a good decision for himself. And you don't know maybe Michigan's not recruiting. There's so much that goes into that process. Maybe Jim Harbaugh is not overly recruiting him. Maybe it didn't start that way. So much can be made of it. I think people need to relax, though.
Well, look, I tell you about Mark Spindler's kid. Mark Spindler, a great Lion, great Jet. His kid went to Clarkston. Rocco. Great offensive lineman, one of the best in the country. Had his choice, Michigan, Michigan State, Notre Dame. Went to Notre Dame. Here's a kid now playing in the backyard. Lloyd's grandson, crying out loud, playing in Saline, right up the street from Ann Arbor. Now he's going to Notre Dame. It just doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth if I'm a Michigan fan, that you're letting these guys get out of town. And the same thing could be said for guys in New Jersey. They let guys, I'm a Jersey guy, but we let all these guys out of Jersey to come here to play in Michigan. So it all depends on the coach.
Yeah.
If they want to play for a coach, that's who they're going to go play for. And now on NIL, it's all out there, man.
That's why
I
want to ask you two this question, because you'll know obviously way more than me in this department. Is it NIL? Is it isolated situations? Is it coaching and Marcus Freeman being younger? Like what is it that really boils down to these, like you're saying? I mean, guys,
who do you want to play for? You want to play for Marcus Freeman, or you want to play for? Hi, I'm Jim Harbaugh.
You say it
really?
like that.
That didn't get me excited.
I feel like I always get put on the firing block when it comes to Jim Harbaugh questions.
Don't say a word.
I always get set
Terry
up.
Foster, come over here.
No, what I think, and I would love T. Foster to come over there, but what I think it is too, you got to look at it this way as well. A lot of times with kids, how far is Saline High School from the big house? I used to, my ex-girlfriend's son played basketball at Saline High School. So we would drive over there. You're talking about 10 minutes. It's like sometimes kids, they want to leave. You look at Imani Bates. Look at Imani Bates. Sometimes kids, they're tired of being in Saline. They're tired of being in Ann Arbor. They're tired of being that close to their home colleges. They're like, man, I just want to get out for an experience. And if you're giving me a chance to go to a Notre Dame as a 5-star quarterback with a young coach, I'm going to take that. I don't want to be here in Ann Arbor. I've been here too long. I've been to all the Chat Foundation Tough events. I've been to all the spring games. I've been to all the Jim Harbaugh golf outings. I've been to all the games. Sometimes it gets old. You want something new, T.
That's a great point.
Yeah, but here's the thing that I wonder about, and Braylon will know this better than anyone. How, the Michigan fans, do you have the jerk fans that are going to email this guy or hit him up on Twitter and say, you're a scumbag for doing this? Is that the next thing he has to worry about?
Every team has a level of those type of fans. We don't have as many as some schools, but we have those fans as well. Trust me, I know. They came at me before.
For the afro.
They got me for a couple of things, but yeah, I mean, we have the level of fans. I mean, you see what happened the other day. Tammy Carr, her Twitter was hacked by a Michigan fan that was upset that he heard CJ was thinking about going to Notre Dame. He hacks her Twitter account and then likes a post that says, what is he going to do? Go to Ann Arbor and hand the ball off 30 times? So we definitely got those level of crazy fans, T.
Right. And the other thing, he can still go to Michigan. This is early in the process. Yeah. There's a lot of dudes that commit in 8th grade, 9th grade, and they don't even go to that school. So we'll see. But, I think Michigan's being hurt a little bit by its non-committal to the NIL.
Yeah.
You can say it's recruiting players, but, stuff changes.
I see some NIL deals from Michigan, and I think Michigan they're very slow to the party. They're tardy to the party. We know that, and we keep saying that. But they're getting better. I mean, you see the lineman sign the Lamborghini deal. I've never seen two guys over 300 in Lamborghini, but they signed the Lamborghini deal. Yeah. Michigan is signed with a company that is brokering all the deals, the NIL deals or something like that. So they're getting better. The one thing that scares me and pisses me off about it, T, is the fact that, he's Coach Carr's grandson. He's a quarterback. He's a 5-star quarterback.
Big time.
And we have been clamoring at Michigan since Harbaugh got in, and even before Harbaugh, to get that quarterback, to get the guy that's the guy, like J.J. McCarthy. You can't give up 5-star quarterbacks that are 12 minutes down the road. I don't care what it is. You got to come with a different sales pitch, because ain't no way in hell I'm letting a 5-star quarterback whose grandson coached on Michigan staff I wouldn't let it happen. That's just me.
Well, Brohammer, you got a 5-star quarterback who doesn't play.
He will this year.
All right.
Oh, I forgot. That's another talking point, because Jim Harbaugh, as we know, is a very, very loyal man as it relates to his starting quarterbacks. Like, he's almost loyal to a fault to his players sometimes, because what I'm gaining from listening to Cade McNamara talk and what I'm gaining from just Jim's typical rhetoric, I don't think it's going to be an open competition. I think Cade McNamara has a job, and I think J.J. McCarthy might be getting out of Dodge after the season.
You think CJ looks at that and he sees JJ ain't playing much in his freshman season, and look at these guys coming to college now, freshman year, you're expected to produce.
And is the better quarterback.
Right. You saw it every time he stepped on the field.
And the other thing that the coach can always say is, you're not guaranteed anything when you come here. You got to compete for it. I want you to compete. And if you're not good enough, you're not going to play. That's the way it is. That's the way I do in my system.
JJ's like, damn, I'm competing. What else you want?
Speaking to somebody that doesn't compete, Maz, tell us about Chili Peppers Tanning.
You got it. Right down the street here on Woodward, too. 26 locations, more on the way. And if you join the Pepper Club at Chili Peppers Tanning, you're going to get the best deal because they're going to beat all competitors by $5 on unlimited tanning. How about it? The hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, the darkest tans, your vitamin D headquarters. Check them out at chilipepperstanning.com.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle. They were talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
I'm back. Big boy, that's right. We're back, folks. Strawberry Fest is back.
There we go.
As well. And we brought back some of the classic breakfast items that you all love. It's the classics like strawberry French toast, the waffles, and the hot cakes. If you're not feeling breakfast, check out the lunch and dinner items. The strawberry bacon chicken wrap, the crispy chicken wrap, the nacho chicken wrap, and don't forget to grab that strawberry salad. If you're hungry for some dessert, it is a very delicious option for you to have. A piece of strawberry pie, yours for $1.99 with any purchase of $7.99 or more at a participating local Big Boy. Get there.
I was laughing I'm laughing at all the tweets because, you know, you do see the tweets around CJ Carr and everybody's calling him a traitor and his family and this, that, and the third and blah, blah, blah. And it's just funny. The big thing to me is, as opposed to call this guy a traitor, as opposed to say the Carr family is a traitor, as opposed to say blah, blah, this, that, and the third about him, how about you tell your coach to get off his ass and do his job? How about that?
Period.
How about that? But you know what? Enough talk about CJ Carr. Enough talk about the Lions and Golden State and the Celtics. Let's have some fun. You know,
Let's have some fun.
Let me unbutton my button.
Oh,
there
look
we
at
go.
that.
There it is.
I don't think I've ever seen you that low.
Let me unbutton the
I've
button.
never seen that much
relax
skin.
a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Professional.
Show a little skin. You know what I'm saying? A little hairy chest right here. Let's have some fun and let's do some lists. Now this came from Maz. Maz said if you had $10 and you can
Wait a minute, I can't take credit for this. This is a Nick Leach, Adam Baydoun special that's going to be coming out on Twitter here in the next couple days.
This is unreleased?
On Woodward Sports. We are giving you a preview.
It's a sneak preview
of it right here on the Bottom Line.
So, put the graphic up for me, Spence. You will see what I'm talking about.
Man.
You get $10 to come up with your ultimate Lions lineup. Now, obviously, this lineup is jaded because it doesn't have the history of the Lions. It's more so recently, but it's more fun. You get $10 to make a lineup. Now, the one thing that they didn't talk about was how many players you get because with $10, you can get one player, two players, or you get two. You can get 3 to 4 players. Mine's is 4.
I stuck with 4.
You got to get 4 players.
You got to get 4.
That's the score. You need 4 players.
One for each position.
Well, nobody. Okay.
You need 4 players.
Who wants to go first? Because I'm not going first. I'm going last.
All right, I'll go first.
My squad's
let
gonna be the best.
me get up here. All right, so it felt like in a way I was grocery shopping at the dollar store with $10 here with this
That's
team.
the truth too. With this team,
And insert Detroit Lions.
Yeah, but with my list, I went with obviously at quarterback Matthew Stafford. I mean, this is the only quarterback out of all these guys that I actually feel like I can win with a Super Bowl with. Okay. Now this is where it gets interesting. It gets spicy.
Put it on the backboard, Spence, if you can.
It gets spicy. Now we're getting into the running backs, and you have your Barry Sanders, your Reggie Bush, your DeAndre Swift, or Javid Best. And I went with Reggie Bush. DeAndre Swift. I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift because of a couple things. Because we're going on to the next one, and you'll see why later. But DeAndre, can he stay healthy? That's my question.
He's affordable.
But he's affordable. You can use him in multiple different ways. Give me DeAndre at running back. Okay. Wide receiver, I'm going with Golden Tate. I'm going with the Yak King. And then for tight end, let's be honest, guys, unless you're getting T.J. Hockenson, we ain't really arguing. So give me Jesse James. There you go.
So do you add up to $10?
Yes, I did.
Run those by me again.
Matthew Stafford.
That's $4.
DeAndre Swift.
All right, that's 2. That's 6.
Golden Tate.
That's 3.
And
That's
then
9.
Jesse James.
That's $10. Okay, I'll go next.
We're getting bounced in the first round.
You ready?
All right, go.
Here's my club.
Yeah.
Joey Harrington for $1.
Yes.
Yep.
Barry Sanders for 4. Megatron for 4.
Yes.
And Jesse James for $1. I'm handing the damn ball off to Barry Sanders. I'm throwing a pass over to Calvin Johnson, and I'm letting Jesse James throw a little block for me. That's my team, and I'm sticking with it. Joey, don't screw it up. Play your piano, eat your chocolate-covered strawberries. Just keep the ball in Barry's hands.
Flannel Sam, what do you got for us, buddy? Maz, I'm going to come back to your list. I'm going to come back to you.
At quarterback, I have Matthew Stafford because I believe he is so much better than anybody else on this list. Best quarterback in franchise history.
We ain't asked you all that.
Running back, Barry Sanders, because the number 3 is Reggie Bush, the number 2 is DeAndre Swift, the number 1 is Javid Best. Barry Sanders is such an upgrade over everyone else on that list, it's not even funny, and that's $8. For wide receiver, I've got Roy Williams. And you might be thinking that I have lost my mind.
Shit, what are you talking about? That's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. He was in 2006. He had a Calvin Johnson-esque season. In 2007, he had 838 receiving yards in 12 games. In 2004, he had 817 in 14 games. So,
I know his stats. He's got 5,700 career. He's got 44 touchdowns, and he averages just under 15 yards a catch.
Braylon, you got it down. But Roy Williams on a per-game basis was damn good, even if it was for a short time. And at tight end, Jesse James. I think, like Jeff said, if you can't get T.J. Hockenson, is he that much worse than Pettigrew or Eric Ebron? Nah. So Stafford, Barry, Roy Williams, Jesse James.
I love the Roy Williams pick, and I'll say more about Roy Williams when it's my turn.
Spencer, you're up, Spence.
I actually had the same exact list as Maz. I went with Joey Harrington, Barry Sanders, Calvin Johnson, and Jesse James.
Attaboy.
I think you can get over Joey Harrington being garbage if you have the best running back of all time and one of the best receivers of all time.
You got it. He had no chance, Spencer. He had no chance.
You got Barry Sanders and Calvin, and they'll make you look a lot better.
And he had Matt Millen for crying out loud.
Are you guys ready for greatness?
Oh, I'm ready.
Are you guys ready for greatness?
For greatness.
You got Charlie Batch?
Let me just.
I like C. Batch, don't forget.
All right, here we go. You guys ready? Turn my list over. Here's my list, and it goes a little something like this. At running back, I'm going, of course, with the best player the Lions have ever seen and the best running back the NFL has ever seen. Number 20, Barry Sanders. At wide receiver, I'm going with my friend, Megatron, Calvin Johnson. At quarterback, I'm going with Joey Harrington. Joey Harrington. And at other offensive weapon, I'm going Roy Williams. It did not say that. It did not say. It didn't say I need a tight end.
That's good.
Nowhere does it say I had to have a tight end.
I
got Roy Williams and Calvin Johnson. Roy Williams was one of underrated wideout. Roy's $1.
Okay.
Yeah, Roy's $1.
So Roy's $1. Harrington's $1.
You're right.
And then I got 2 forwards.
Okay.
I'm telling you, see, I cheated the system.
I want Roy then.
I got Barry and
I'll take Roy too. I'll take Roy over Jesse James.
Didn't I tell you guys? It's unconventional. Roy, what shoot?
You got us.
No, but Roy Williams is a very underrated ride out. He and I had very similar stats career. He was so amazing at Texas, man. Like They had one of the greatest receiving quarterbacks. There was him. B.J. Johnson was really good. They had him. Major Applewhite was the quarterback. But Roy Williams, man, 1360 his Pro Bowl year, 10 touchdowns. You mix that in with Calvin's 16 touchdowns in 1967. Mix it in with Barry's 2000. And Harrington just never had anybody to play with, man. I'm telling you.
He didn't.
100%.
He got drafted by such a bad regime.
Joey Harrington and David Carr are two quarterbacks I look at and say they got drafted into the worst situation. I feel bad for them.
Poor bastards.
What could have been with quarterbacks like that? David Carr got sacked like 7,000 times his rookie year.
And now he has a porn stash.
And now he has a brother that's killing it.
Yep.
You guys can keep your coulda-beens. I'm sticking with Stafford, all right? Hey. But he does tie me up, though. I can't lie to you. $4, though, out of 10?
Yeah,
like, I'm struggling out here.
I saw that Matt Stafford. I saw that for $1. I said,
I'll pass on
They
that.
should have put Matt Stafford in that $2 category.
Come on now.
I'm joking.
If John Kitna was in there for $2, I would have taken him.
Jared Goff and Stafford got the same amount of Pro Bowls.
for $2.
True that. True that.
Hey, Jared Goff and Matt Stafford got the same amount of Pro Bowls while you playing, though.
You know what I watched last night? I got caught down a rabbit hole last night. After the Rangers game, which was a hell of a game, by the way.
That was a great game.
I got caught because I taped the other night the Rams and the Buccaneers from last year, the NFC divisional playoff.
Yeah.
When the Rams were up 3 touchdown passes, 3 touchdowns, and Tom Brady, hits your boy Mike Evans. Who's he beat? Beats Jalen Ramsey. And then Leonard Fournette on 4th and 1 gets 7 yards for the touchdown, and then Cooper Kupp gets wide open. How the hell did he get open like that for that score? But Matt Stafford, I forgot, he fumbled the play before that.
Yeah.
He fumbled, and he got the damn ball back before that. They were so close to not winning that damn game.
It was a bad snap, too.
And winning that Super Bowl.
And it goes to what Ryan always talks about. In order to win a Super Bowl, in order to win a Stanley Cup, in order to win a Larry O'Brien, in order to win the World Series trophy, I forgot what it was called. In order to win all these things, you outside of just being good, you got to have luck.
Absolutely.
Like all these teams, you got to have luck to win it all. At some point or another, you got to have some luck. But this is a fun. We got some more lists going on, man. What list you want to do next?
We can do. How about another $10 to pick the NFL's best offense?
All right.
All right. We'll come back with that.
When we get back, we'll talk about $10 to pick the NFL's best offense. But first, a message from Centron. Centron, guess what? The summer of Centron is here. In select Kroger locations, go to @CentronWorld.com, CentronWorld.com to find out which locations they are. They are selling the energy drink that is oh so good. Cranberry is my favorite flavor. That's why it's always on the desk right next to me. Cranberry, but don't forget classic as well as sugar-free. Power partners with the Detroit Lions, Tigers, and the Red Wings. Centron, they want to be a part of the moments. They want to be here for the summertime. So why not let them? I know I am. 2 for $4 at Kroger's right now. Support Centron. Drink it, live it with Centron.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Oh, man, join us. I got the loose shirt going on a Friday, man. They loosened me up last segment. You know, I'm always with the stiff shirt like I'm about to go to the golf course, which typically, Jeff,
it's Friday,
man. It's Friday, man. But look at the weather. Like, since we've been bragging how nice the weather was, now it's about to rain. Thunderstorm.
The man above heard us, man. It's over.
Hey, look, we're just having fun, man. It's Woodward Sports Network. This is the bottom line. We're just having fun in the studio right now. I got Flannel Sam over there getting ready to go see Goodfellas on Saturday with his fiance. Got my man Spence in the booth. Lord knows what he's doing this weekend. We do not know. And then Maz on the phone, probably checking out my bookie, getting his bets ready for the Beer Man, who's coming up next at 3:36. But before he comes up, let's talk about pick your offense. We got another list for you guys, man. We're having some fun. In their prime, pick a list, A, B, C, D. On list A, you got Tom Brady, Frank Gore, Randy Moss, Antonio Gates, Detroit's own Antonio Gates. On list B, Peyton Manning, Derrick Henry, my quarterback, T.O., Travis Kelce, rounding off that list. On C, you got Breeze, LaDainian, Larry, Tony Gonzalez. Hey, it's Tony Gonzalez. And then D, you got Aaron Rodgers. I don't know what the hell that was. On D, you got Aaron Rodgers, Adrian Peterson, Calvin Johnson, and Gronk. So, I will start this one off first. I won't go last.
I already know mine.
I'll save somebody else. This list is easy. I don't know who in the hell would not choose D. Like, who wouldn't choose D? You got Aaron Rodgers, arguably the best regular season quarterback of all time, back-to-back MVP winners the last 2 years, and third, I think, in the odds to win it this year, or fourth, excuse me. Adrian Peterson, Mr. 2,000 yards, fresh off of an ACL. Adrian Peterson, one of the hardest running backs of all time, one of the best running backs of all time. Then you got your own Calvin Johnson. Anytime I pick Randy Moss over Calvin Johnson, everybody in Detroit loses their mind. So you know what? There's Calvin for you guys this time. And then Rob Gronkowski, arguably the greatest tight end ever. I won't go that far. I got him somewhere in the mix, but he's the greatest tight end in the last 15 years. So I think I'm going with A-Rod, Adrian Peterson, Calvin Johnson, and Gronk. Everybody up there has a nickname, by the way. Never go against the team that has 4 nicknames. You got A-Rod, All Day, Megatron, and Gronk. I mean, that's my list right there. I'm going D.
And I agree with you. I'm going D as well. So, Maz, I don't know if you
This
disagree.
sucks.
Because everybody's going to have D.
I got D.
Because you got to think, too. You got 2 guys on here. You got Adrian Peterson,
What's wrong
Mr.
with double
2K.
Ds?
Mr. 2K. And then you got Calvin Johnson, almost 2K. So, there you go. That settles the argument. Then you got Aaron Rodgers, best regular season quarterback. So, and Rob Gronkowski, arguably the best tight end of all time.
All right, I'll pick something else.
Spice it up a little bit.
Let's do this. Which other team could compare closest?
I got B
to D.
I got B next.
That was mine.
I got Peyton. I got Derrick Henry. Come on. Derrick Henry's the king. Terrell Owens, T.O., Travis Kelce.
T.O. and Kelce, man.
Come on, man.
Got Derrick Henry in the backfield.
I like C a lot.
I'm with Spence. I'm thinking
LT.
Drew Brees with LT out of the backfield. Mr. Never Drops Anything. Larry Fitzgerald and Tony Gonzalez.
Who's the best tight end of all time?
You know,
I love how no one has picked the Brady team yet.
The problem,
just because of
you
what's
know
around.
The problem
yeah, Frank Gore.
Frank Gore
and he's third best ever in rushing, and no one wants him.
If you could have put any other running back on there, I would take that list. Like if you
Walter
put
Payton was there.
If you put OJ on that list, I'm taking that.
I know.
Sure. If you put Barry on there, I'm taking.
Isn't that sad?
It's so crazy.
Why do
Because
we
soon
look
as
at Frank Gore like
soon as I
that?
saw Tom Brady, I instantly was like, well, I guess I'm picking A. And then I was like, oh man, Frank.
I know.
And then you look at like Antonio Gates behind it. He wasn't necessarily. But I mean,
doesn't that suck?
Yeah.
I mean, where's the respect for Frank Gore?
I mean,
I love Frank Gore.
Longevity, I respect him.
Yeah.
Yeah, if this was,
I'll leave it at that.
If this was who's going to play the most seasons, we're definitely picking.
If you want this team for 20 years, I'm taking
Tom Brady
A.
and Frank Gore, they're playing until they're
I'll tell you, the more
who's the most durable?
It's team longevity.
The more I look at this list, the more I kind of like B. I do like B.
I'm not gonna lie. B is.
How do you not like the sheriff? I got nicknames. I got the sheriff. I got the king. I got T.O. I don't know what Kelsey's is. Never mind. I don't have 4 nicknames.
White chocolate.
Kels, I guess.
He said white chocolate.
Remember he sent his girlfriend packing because she didn't want to buy her own stuff. He got rid of her.
Hey man,
he's making her split everything.
He made her split everything. What a cheap ass, by the way, he is. Huh? That is so.
We got a former professional athlete right here. I mean, come on, tell us about that.
Come on, Braylon.
Kelsey,
how the hell does he make his girlfriend
that's fair,
pay
though,
half?
in a way.
Pay what?
She paid half of everything.
Half of what?
Dinner, movies, hotel.
I would never do that.
He did that.
I got you.
But at the end of the day, you want to put yourself in a situation where if you're planning on this relationship going somewhere further than just being someone I date, someone that's a convenient person to Netflix and chill with, like if you're looking for more than that, then it's good that he did that, because when the marriage happens, you want her to have her own. You want her to come into the relationship with her own, be able to do her own, provide her own at times. So I don't have a problem with it. But if it's just some random chick you chilling with, he doing the most.
All right, hey, listen. Go to the defense now. Switch it over to the defense, Spencer. All right. Pick your defense.
Don't forget that quarterback list. I want to do that before we get the beer.
We will.
All right.
We will.
Defense.
This one's easy, too.
Here comes your defense now.
This one's easy.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Bring them all up,
It's over.
Oh, you saw the first guy, and that's
That's
the
all
end.
you need.
You saw the first guy.
That's all you need.
Go ahead, say all the names to everybody. Go ahead, Braylon. I'll let Jeff say all the names.
There you
Jeff.
go, Jeff. You
All
got
right,
it.
so Team A, we have Aaron Donald, Patrick Willis, Charles Woodson, Michigan product.
This
we have
one's a little harder.
Matthew. Team B, I was kind of looking at Team B a little bit. You got J.J. Watt, Bobby Wagner, Jalen Ramsey, and the greatest safety of all time, Ed Reed. And then C, we got Julius Peppers, Ray Lewis, Champ Bailey, Brian Dawkins, and D, DeMarcus Ware, Luke Kuechly, Darrell Revis, Braylon's teammate, former teammate, Troy Polamalu.
This one's tough.
A little tough.
I think I know where I'm leaning.
This time Jeff gets to go first.
I'll knock mine out of the way. I'm going B.
Oh.
I'm going B.
Ed Reed and Jalen Ramsey.
Collectively.
It's tough. Bobby Wagner. Yeah, that's tough.
Collectively.
And then JJ.
So I'm going. I got J.J. Watt, Bobby Wagner, Jalen Ramsey, Ed Reed.
You just
Ed
picked
Reed,
the Rams.
I mean, yeah. Technically, I just did.
All right.
So I'll take that. I'll take B.
Ooh.
Give me A. Give me A all day.
Just because you see AD?
Aaron Donald,
and
Patrick
Charles Woodson.
Willis was a monster
Patrick
too.
Willis.
Charles Woodson, like come on.
Yeah.
Tyrann Mathieu, he might be the.
I'm a Michigan State guy, and I know Charles Woodson was a dog.
He's a dog.
Yeah, because he had a one-hand pick against Michigan State.
Chill.
You know, we forgot to ask Sam Flannel, man. I feel terrible. Sam, go ahead. You start on your defense, then go back to the offense.
I would go for the defense. I would go B because J.J. Watt, he had arguably the greatest start to his career besides Aaron Donald and Lawrence Taylor. Yeah. 3 out of 4 seasons he won Defensive Player of the Year. They're talking in their prime. Bobby Wagner has been the greatest middle linebacker in the game for the past 5, 6, 7, maybe longer years.
Tell him, Sam.
Jalen Ramsey, pretty much since the moment he stepped into the NFL, was a top 3 corner in the league, and then he progressed into the best corner in the league. And Ed Reed, like Jeff said, is the undisputed greatest safety who ever played the game.
I love it.
Without a doubt, the greatest ball hawk to ever play the game.
And just a note, you can't go wrong with any of these picks.
No,
I mean,
you can't.
damn, Aaron Donald, Patrick Willis, Charles Woodson,
ready for
Tyrann
this?
Mathieu. What do you got?
I'm going with C. I'm going with C. Julius Peppers is one of the most underrated NFL players of all time. Everybody brings up sacks and stats and totals and this and that, but they don't bring in the fact that Julius Peppers has 160 career sacks. Think about that again. 160 career sacks and was a dog everywhere he went. Was it the Bears? Whether it was whether it was Carolina Panthers, whether it was the Packers, he was a beast everywhere he went. And then Ray Lewis, do I need to say more?
I was about to say, I don't want to be hit by your team. I'll tell you that.
Do I need to say any more behind Ray Lewis? Champ Bailey, my favorite defensive back of all time.
Yeah.
Like the hardest dude I've ever had to go against in terms of checking me.
Yeah.
Champ Bailey was a problem. Champ Bailey and then Brian Dawkins, Mr. Wolverine.
I don't want to get tackled.
Weapon X.
I don't want to get tackled by
I'm going with C.
And I got A all day.
I'm going with C.
I got A.
I stayed away.
They're all great teams.
Yeah.
I'm taking A.
Aaron Donald, best defensive player of all time.
100%.
Now, who'd you take in the offense there, Sam? We didn't ask you.
I did the Aaron Rodgers
Okay,
one.
so you took D.
Yeah, I took D, just like everybody took D. But Braylon's right.
Aaron, pause.
Whoa, bring that one back, Sam. Bring that one back.
What did Spence say? I missed that.
He said, I took D like everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, why'd I say it now? Damn it.
Excuse me.
You baited me into it.
I don't know what's going on that side of the room. I ain't
Hold
taking
up.
no D.
I did not.
I live in it. I don't take it.
I took C. You like that right there. I took C. All right, hold on. We're going a little bit off.
Show Friday, man.
A little
Friday.
bit.
We're getting a little bit off the rails right
That's
now. Let's
okay.
try to get back on track. We got one more list, and then after that next segment, we got the Beer Man coming on at 3:36. But before we do that, how about a word from Guardian Alarms over there, Jeff?
We talk about being reliable on defense. I got a Guardian Alarm for you. Reliable defense keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind, whether you're at home or on the road. Their 24/7 local monitoring makes sure what's important to you stays safe. Call 1-800 Stay Out for peace of mind. Again, call 1-800
Stay
out.
Stay
out right now and let them know your friends at Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out, CJ Carr.
Stay out.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
Bottom line, Brother Edwards here, Armani and Edwards. Armani is out, but guess what? We got my man Jeff Iafrate in the building, and we have been having a good time. Jeff, what do you say? How's it been this Friday?
Oh, it's been great, man. You guys instill the confidence. We talk about Dan Campbell instilling confidence. The people here instill confidence in me, so I've been having a great time.
Ah, man, you're too kind, man. Don't make me blush. Maz, what's going on with you over there on the couch, big guy?
It's all good, man. It's Friday. I'm just watching the weather, checking it out, making sure it's all good for us. We'll be good. We'll be good.
Make sure it don't pour when we drive out of here.
Hey, I'm looking forward to NBA tonight. A little Game 4 action.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the Warriors can make a match out of this.
They will.
And get some good baseball tonight. Tigers and Jays.
Ooh,
down to Comerica, see if the Tigers go 3 in a row.
Is the weather supposed to blow over? Do you know?
I think it's going to be good. Yeah, I think it's going to be blowing over.
Let me get my Ryan Armani on right now. Hey, fans out there, we appreciate you guys for signing up. I think over 26,000 subscribers now on Woodward Sports. We appreciate you guys being a part of the journey. We come here, we have fun, we talk stuff, but you guys are there every step of the way. So we appreciate you on this Friday. Smash the like button for me if you get a chance, man. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're enjoying the show, trying to loosen up on a Friday. So hit the smash the like button. Let us know how you feel. One more list, and then we'll just, ease back into a more calm, cool, and collective show. Top 10 best seasons ever by a QB. Now, I won't say that I necessarily agree with how this list was constructed, but that's why we are having the conversation. Top 10 best seasons seasons ever by a quarterback. What do you think so far with the list, Maz, and how it's constructed? Because I don't think this is one for us to pick. I think this is one for us to dissect.
It is. First of all, they're all phenomenal.
Right.
And half of these are prior to Jeff living. And that's okay.
That's
Dan Marino. I wish you could have watched Dan Marino play. But the Sheriff at number 2, I might have to move that up to number 1.
That's my bone to pick. That's my bone to pick.
So hold on. So here, let me ask this question when we start this. Actually, I guarantee we can get a whole 15 minutes out of this.
I'm sure we could.
Yeah, we can.
With this, is this just regular season? Like, is this going to, in terms of...
No, I would say take it off the sheet all the way. How they did in the playoffs after this.
Man, where's Stafford at?
In that case, then Peyton Manning can't be number 2 because they lost. You remember what they did in the Super Bowl that year? They lost by 40.
Oh, that was the Seattle game.
Yeah, that was that season.
I was at that Super Bowl.
They lost by 40.
You were there?
Yeah, I was in Jersey for that one.
I can't have that.
That was that Super Bowl?
That was that Super Bowl. Because remember, he broke all the records that year, but then they lost. The year that they won the Super Bowl, he was injured.
I'll be damned.
So, I don't know about... I mean, with the Dan Marino being number 1, they didn't win the Super Bowl that year. He got to the Super Bowl. But I think for the nostalgic piece, no one had ever thrown for 5,000 yards. Insert Dan Marino, a guy that was the last quarterback drafted in the infamous
second year in the league.
Second year in the league. He throws for 5,000, 48 touchdowns.
Nostalgia.
That's tough.
Is that what it boils down to? Because I brought this up before the show. Obviously, I wasn't old enough to see Dan Marino, but I was old enough to see Peyton Manning. And I figured he should have been 1. But again, I get nostalgic looking back for what the time was. I get Dan Marino's number 1, but nah.
Jeff, it wasn't nostalgia. It was the fact that Dan Marino broke the touchdown pass record by 12. The previous record was 36. He had 48. That was back when...
What you said.
Yeah, that was back when the NFL wasn't such like a high-flying league. This was revolutionary. That's why it's number 1, and it deserves to be number 1. It's not nostalgia.
Like most passing yards all time up to that was like 3,000. You broke it back. I'm joking.
That's what I mean by nostalgic. I mean, looking back for the times, certainly he's got to be number 1.
What I'm upset about is a couple things. Thing one, I think Patrick Mahomes at number 8 5,097 yards, 52 touchdowns, and they won the Super Bowl. How is he not higher?
They must not be factoring that.
How
you'd expect them to.
Like, they won the Super Bowl in 2018. That was 2018. How do you not have him higher than that? Also, how do you not have Peyton's season from the Indianapolis Colts when he broke the passing record? He had 4,557 yards and 49 touchdowns in 2004, I do believe.
Yeah, they lost in the AFC Championship to the Patriots that year.
Right.
Yeah.
That's another season that shouldn't be that wasn't on here. I love Kurt Warner's season. Why is Montana's 1989 season on there? And they didn't win a Super Bowl that year.
It's just Joe Montana.
Yeah.
It's Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
I like the Lamar Jackson on there, but once again, it's like
he didn't win a playoff game.
Exactly. Aaron Rodgers, 2010, 13-3, 4,000, 2,000. Yeah. The thing that was so crazy about that year, I think he only had 4 interceptions. I think that's the 4 interception year. That was a good one. Brett Favre, 3 MVPs in a row.
Steve Young, your guy. I love
That's
Lefty.
my year, too. That was the Deion year. Because Deion won Defensive Player of the Year.
Look at the competition he played against, too.
Oh, man.
He also played probably the best Super Bowl of all time. He had 6 touchdown passes in that same year. If we're counting playoffs, that could be number 1 over all of them.
I agree. Here's a guy that's not. Now I'm going to list some ones that aren't on here. 2021 season, Matt Stafford.
Oh, yeah, that was my honorable mention there.
4,886, 41 tuds, and you saw what he did in the playoffs, the best playoffs ever by a quarterback, best playoffs ever by a quarterback wide receiver and Cooper Kupp. And, oh, by the way, he closed the deal with a Super Bowl win. So that's tough to leave him off. Drew Brees in 2011, 71% completion rate, 5,476 yards and 46 touchdowns.
Yeah, how is that not
How
on
is
there?
he on here? Brady, 2021, 5,316 yards, 43 touchdowns, 12 picks. Brady, 2011, 5,235
Brady
yards.
can fill up 6 slots.
39 and 12. Brady, 2017, 45, 77, 32 and 8. Big Ben, 2014, 4,952 yards, 32 tuds, only 9 picks. It's a lot of them left off on this guy.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You can go back to the 70s even. How about Terry Bradshaw winning all those Super Bowls
4 in a
with the
row?
Steelers? I mean, come on. Not the 4 in a row, but they get there a
If
lot.
we went to the 80s, we can go to the 70s.
Yeah, we can.
The 80s one number.
Let's go to the 60s and 50s.
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
Fran Tarkenton.
We'll just keep going.
I'm taking Fran Tarkenton.
0-4 in the Super Bowl.
I'm taking Fran Tarkenton. But no, with Patrick Mahomes, I think that's a real – let's get back to the real conversation piece. 5,097, 52 total tuds, and they won a Super Bowl. That's got to be number 1.
Yeah, they have to factor in the result as well.
I mean,
if you're not, if we're looking at if you're going to factor in Dan Marino and the times and what every other quarterback was doing, I feel like you have to at least factor in the result as well. So Matthew Stafford definitely deserves to be on this list, in my opinion.
How about my guy, Troy Aikman?
Troy Aikman?
No.
You don't like Aikman?
First of all, I've never liked Troy from the standpoint, like, I felt like he was just the sum of his parts. And then, two, like, Troy Aikman, you look at his, like career best, it's like 3,200 and, like, 20 touchdowns. Troy Aikman never did anything, like, overly impressive to me.
So why did he make the Hall of Fame then?
He's got 3 Super Bowl wins, and he was like,
he's got that star on his helmet.
It's the people around him now.
I think you should watch his 30 for 30 again tonight. I do. Watch his football life tonight. Watch his football life again.
And find out what.
Just watch it again.
Hey, maybe we can.
I think you need to revisit Troy Aikman's career.
I think you need to stop visiting Troy.
I'll revisit it right now.
Please do.
I'm looking at it right now. It's nothing.
No, Troy Aikman had 1 season. 1. You will not believe this, with over 20 touchdown passes. 1.
I was just gonna say.
I don't care if it was different times or if there were run-based offense. That's not good.
Smith.
20 once.
He made the Pro Bowl with 2,600 yards passing. Calvin almost had more receiving yards than that.
Shut up.
What are you doing?
We got to at least bring up the 13-3 season where Sam brings up 13-3. Impressive.
There you go.
Threw for 3,400 yards.
Listen to this.
23
just listen to this,
I'm
man.
leaving.
Just listen to this, man. And I'm not even going to do his yards. I'm not even going to do the completion percentage. I'm not doing that. First of all, his completion percentage is trash. His touchdowns, 11, 15, 13, 16, 12, 9. I had more touchdowns than he had touchdowns passing.
Tough.
I had 16 in 07.
That's tough.
Spencer, help me.
Hold on. I had 16 in 07. That's more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, tied, 6, 7. That's more than 8 of his seasons. Get Troy Aikman out of, and he was the #1 pick overall out of UCLA.
If he plays for any other franchise, does he make it?
He should have played baseball. That's what he should
have played baseball. Just wrong damn sport.
Oh my God, he is the biggest benefactor of Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin. How did Michael Irvin have stats?
F you all.
How did Michael Irvin have stats?
He had to have 1,000 of his 2,000. Hey, C.J. Snyder said Aikman is the only reason Eli will get into the Hall of Fame.
You guys suck.
Ooh.
Maz, who would you rather have, Aikman or Eli?
I love them both.
Oh, you
love
can't,
them both.
You can't. No cop-outs, Maz. Who do you want?
No cop-outs.
You like them both? That's your answer? You take both?
I'll take Aikman over Eli.
I'd take Jim Kelly any day of the week over Troy Aikman.
I love Jim Kelly.
I'd take Jim Kelly.
I love
Jim Kelly
Jim
was
Kelly.
a monster.
Yeah, he also had the great offense. And
see, now this is more like it. I'll take Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly has, like, these look like quarterback stats. 3,500, 22 touchdowns. 3,800, 33 touchdowns. I'm taking Jim Kelly over Troy Aikman every day and twice on Sunday. Where are we at right now?
Don't pound salt.
Oh my God, we're having an amazing show right now. My lips are chapped because I can't stop talking. Get us the break, Jeff.
Tonight, I want you guys to watch Football Life. Troy Aikman.
No, I pass on anything having to do with Troy Aikman. I'm not even watching.
Why do you have a Football Life then?
Because he played football.
Where's Drew Brees' Football Life? It hasn't been made.
That's because he played in the
I know,
he played
it's not done yet.
They won a bunch of Super Bowls. I don't even have an answer for you.
I'm hitting the inject button. We'll be right back. And before we go, though, got to hear a word from Gypsy Vodka.
Man, Gypsy Vodka, home of
Beer
the
Man's
Mulligan
coming,
this summer.
by the way.
Actually, you know what? Maz has been drinking too much
Thank
Gypsy
God
because he
Beer
keep over
Man's
here talking
next.
about Troy Aikman. Home of the Mulligan this summer. That's right. You like to go golfing. You like to have fun on the golf course. You like breakfast balls. You like mulligans. Well, guess what? 8% alcohol Gypsy Vodka now presenting the Mulligan. Iced tea, lemonade, and strawberry vodka flavors. It is amazing. Take it on the course. I'll probably take it out there tomorrow. I got a golf course, got a golf outing tomorrow with my dad at Fox Hills. So I'll take a little bit of that Mulligan action with me, man. And support Michigan Distillers, Gypsy Vodka. Adam and Mike, support them. If you're going to drink, always remember to drink responsibly. Not like Maz and Troy Aikman.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, the mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. Working with Hall Financial to purchase my first home was easier than I could have ever imagined. They treated me like family from start to finish. Find out for yourself at callhallfirst.com.
Sam here with Bedrock Detroit. Monroe Street Midway is open all summer long from Memorial Day through Labor Day. There will be baseball, roller skating, mini golf, art installations, live music, and food trucks. Free Wi-Fi so you can work from the park. It's free to enter the Midway and most activities are free. You only pay to roller skate and for food. Bedrock and Rocket Mortgage basically turn an old parking lot into a massive outdoor playground right next to campus marshes. Each week there's family programming, live DJs and music at the new stage and pavilion. A pop-up store will feature rotating Detroit businesses every week. All art installations are from Detroit artists. Fun, safe event for people from 1 to 100 years old. For more information and Midway hours, go to deckedoutdetroit.com. That is deckedoutdetroit.com.
All right, Iafrate and Edwards, Braylon Edwards speaking for my man Ryan Iafrate. Got my boy Jeff Iafrate over there having a hell of a time, a lot of fun out here. And then we got Maz on the couch. Maz is still upset because we went off on him about Troy Aikman being the most overrated quarterback to be in the Hall of Fame and have 3 Super Bowl rings. And the stats don't lie. Maz, I apologize that we did kind of double team you. I won't use it.
It wasn't double team.
I won't use your lingo.
It was a gang something.
No, it wasn't.
That was gang tackle.
It was
Leave
a
that
double
one
team.
paused.
But we're going to take a break for that. Right now, let's bring in my man.
I'm in pain.
Chris Beerman Prince to bring us some of our bets for today and tomorrow. Beerman, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Chris.
How you doing, guys? Maz, I hate to come off the top rope here and make this a threesome, but I'm coming hot with the Macho Man elbow here, Maz, because Aikman is definitely. You give him respect for the Super Bowls. I will give him that. You won Super Bowls, okay, but I could say the same about Eli Manning. 2 Super Bowls does not make you a Hall of Fame level quarterback. So, Maz, you know I love you. Even though you're out there leaning on cars the other day that cost more than my house, I still love you. But this Aikman argument, we got to put this to bed, guys. How are we doing on this Friday?
Chris, we are having a lot of fun out here, man. Got you in here, another guy that likes to have fun. Let's jump into it. I know Jeff wants to get into the basketball, so Jeff, have at it.
Yeah, real quickly, Chris, number one, thank you for joining us. My first time seeing you, so nice to see you. You guys are killing it over at Woodward Bets. But number two, it's got to be about the NBA Finals. And we know how back and forth it's been, especially now the Celtics are 6-4 at home in the playoffs. Who do you like tonight? What are some things I can, especially me, I got to make some money, man. Help me out.
So one of the things, Jeff, I worry about, and pleasure, first time to go working together here. I see Ryan got him a nice long weekend, so congrats to our boy Armani. But
yes,
I've been on Boston for this series, Jeff, so I'm going back to that well. And I know a lot of people are playing this back and forth theory, and Golden State has a lot of motivation. I mean, they're telling Draymond to F off, and Clay's getting into it. But my concern here is Steph Curry, and I know he's playing, but what level is he at? And I know modern medicine, we can get a guy through a game. You know, that's no problem. But what if that foot, what if that ankle is not 100%? They're going to need him to be at that level. And if he's not, this is a hostile environment. You're talking Boston at 9 at night. They're going to be tuned up. They're going to be loud. I just think, and I've been saying this the whole time, Boston is the better team. Steph is a legend, no doubt, the best player on the floor. Clay showed he can be a difference maker, but then you start getting into question marks. What Draymond are we going to get? I think he comes out and plays much better than we saw the other night, which can't play much worse, to be honest. But Jordan Poole has been a question. You know, Otto Porter, these are guys that you're depending on, where Boston, I think, is just a little bit more well-balanced. If Tatum doesn't have it going, Jaylen Brown picks up the slack. Marcus Smart, Al Horford, they have a lot of different ways to beat you. So I'm going to continue to roll with Boston here. I think Golden State, the popular pick tonight. I love fading the public, Jeff. I'm going back to the well here. Celtics get it done once again here tonight.
Give us some prop bets in tonight's game because obviously with Steph out, you know, obviously everybody's been betting him 4+ threes every single game. But with him hurt, what are some prop bets you might want to take tonight?
So Draymond prop is pretty low here, and I know scoring is not the name of his game, but again, I think you're going to see him really come out with a chip on his shoulder, wants to tell that crowd, F you, right back at him. So I think you're going to see a more aggressive Draymond offensively, Braylon. His points prop sitting at just 7.5. So that one an easy smash. I mean, only had like 2 points the other night. I think he gets it going. You can also look at his points, rebounds, and assist props. I like both of those. I also like Jordan Poole to get his over on his points, sitting at 12.5. If Steph is limited at all, they're going to need Jordan Poole to come in. And even if Steph is at full strength, this guy has to provide more offense for them, for this squad to compete in this game. So Draymond over points, Jordan Poole over points, Draymond over points, rebounds, and assists.
Would Looney be someone to add to that prop bet? Obviously, they need some size. Myself and Jeff were talking about it with Maz. They need size. They need guys that can bang with Al Horford, guys that can bang with Jason Tatum, control that length. Would Looney be somebody to bring in for a double-double?
He concerns me a little bit. A double-double is probably a stretch because we know they want to go small. And, yes, they have to match the size. One thing to keep an eye on, does Williams play tonight? If Williams is in, who's still questionable as of now, they probably need more Looney. If he's out, we know Horford is more of a guy that's going to play the perimeter, so they don't necessarily need Looney in there. So a double-double, probably a stretch, Braylon, but maybe a singular bet on his rebounds or his points is the way to go there.
Gotcha.
Hey, Beer, you've been on it from day one here with the Celtics, so I take my hat off to you. Even though they beat your Bucks, I know you're still hurting there on that.
That's why you went after me.
That's why you went after me on Aikman and Manning. I forgive you. It's okay. That's not a big deal. But I want to ask you this. If I had to put a bet in on tonight's game, do I take the Warriors in the first quarter today? Do you think they come out and maybe win the first quarter for a change?
I don't mind that bet at all. And I think even a money line, if you do like Golden State tonight, you can get that money line at plus 145. I think that makes a lot of sense as well. I like Boston, but if Golden State's going to do it, I'd rather have the money line than predicting a close game. We just haven't seen many close games in the playoffs. So if they're going to win, they're going to win handily. But I do like them coming out aggressive in the first quarter. We just talked about the chip on their shoulders. So you're going to get more aggressive Draymond. Clay voiced his concerns. He's going to come out firing. And Steph, we know, is going to get it going early. So we saw Boston blitz them the other day in the first quarter, Maz. Wouldn't surprise me to see the tables turn. Golden State jump off to a hot start here. I actually like that bet a lot.
Listen, I've been on the Warriors since day one of the NBA season, but I see it. I think it's over. Matter of fact, I've been on 7 games the whole time. You know, it's going to go to Father's Day. They're going to spread it out. I think they're gassed. I think they're done. I think the Celtics win it in 5, to be perfectly frank with you. I just don't see that the Warriors have a shot here. I truly don't. So if I'm thinking that way, what bets can I do here on Boston?
I mean, you could still jump in on the series, but you probably missed the boat, Maz, to be honest. I mean, it was getting on these things early, and we talk about it a lot on the show, is getting out ahead of some of these things while you still get good odds on it, whether it was the MVP or the series. So I'd hate to say jump in on it now because Boston clearly the favorite. I mean, if you believe that much they're going to win, those can still be profitable bets. I know we love to get the plus odds, and we want 10-1, 20-1 on everything. Sometimes taking, and I don't want to call it a layup because I'm not as adamant about you. I don't know that Golden State is done. They're too good. They're too well coached. There's too much experience on that team. I do think Boston wins the series. I'm not against that, and I don't know that it goes 7 games. Tonight's going to be huge. I mean, if they go up 3-1, I find it hard to believe Golden State's going to win 3 games in a row. It's just hard to do in any sport. So, but if you like Boston, again, I don't hate getting that bet in there and making some money that way, but I don't see any other ends or odds that you could go to that make a ton of sense here.
What's Al Horford right now? Because I know you called him as the long shot to win MVP. The guy, if he has 2 more big games, he can be MVP.
Yeah, I haven't checked his odds. I'm kind of leaving that one out, on the side, hoping that we hit that one. Was 125-1 early on. Okay. It came way down. I was hoping for a cash-out option, to be honest with you, man. After game 1, let me cash this baby out, but they don't have that on MVP. So he's probably, I'd say, 3rd or 4th on the list now. I think Jaylen Brown has probably flown up the list with his performances here of late. And Tatum, we really haven't seen that massive game. That's the other concern if you're a Golden State fan. We really haven't gotten a massive game out of Tatum yet. He does that, they're really going to be tough to beat.
Beer, let's switch gears for a second. Let's talk about a little bit of baseball, man, right now. You got the Tigers opening up against the Blue Jays today. Give us some of these games you think we could pick. And also, the prop bets. I've been on this home run thing lately. Bryce Harper has been a guy that is making a lot of people a lot of money.
Yeah, the home runs have been money. So those are something we talk about on the show a lot, the 2 home run props. I mean, if you had Byron Buxton last night against Cole, you were loving that. And a lot of those you can get at 30, 40, 50-1, Braylon. So it's not it's a small bet with a big return or parlaying some of these home runs together. My home run call for tonight, Jose Ramirez, another one of those guys that's been absolutely on fire. So his prop is sitting at about plus 410. Odds in some of the places that I look projection-wise have him closer to about plus 250. So a big discrepancy there on him. George Springer, another guy. Hate to bang on the Tigers here, but very good righty on righty. Hits with a lot of power. Rodriguez has struggled a little bit with righty, so Springer, another home run that you can look at. As far as a game bet, I like the over in this Baltimore-Kansas City game. 2 offenses that are grading out very well tonight. For as bad as they are, these pitchers are even worse. So there's going to be some runs scored over 9.5 in that Orioles and Royals game.
Hey, last night the Red Sox finally, their streak ends, and thankfully the Angels' 14-game losing streak ends thanks to Shohei Ohtani. So now you got Angels and Mets. Mets running away with the NL East, but kind of not playing their best baseball at this time. And now the Angels coming in. Who do you like in that series going forward? Because they got Sunday Night Baseball coming up this weekend as well.
Still like the Mets. I think that's a minor blip for the Angels, unfortunately, Maz. As talented as Ohtani Trout can be, that team has shown the ability to develop pitchers. They don't have a ton of depth behind those guys. Trout tends to get hurt a lot. So just a general outlook on the Angels is not positive for me. Now going into the Mets, I think this is one of those series that they're going to right the ship here. McGill going tonight, obviously been one of their better pitchers on the season. So the Mets, I think, handle that one. I do like the Mets tonight as well in that game against the Angels.
And what do you got on the Yankees? Probably the best team in baseball.
Yeah, it's hard to deny that. So Aaron Judge has been another home run prop that I've seemingly gone to almost every night, the 2 home run props. So more so than the Yankees because their price gets so high, Maz. They're getting up there at the minus 200s, 250s. So you can always go to the run line, get that down to 1.5. But I'm going to narrow it even further to those Aaron Judge. Those are the props. Even Stanton. These guys are props that I'm betting every single night. And Judge pretty much been paying off every single night. Don't forget the 2 home run props as well.
And Scotty G hit us up on YouTube just a second ago. He said Golden State has won a road game and 43 straight playoff series? Is that a fact?
I think it's 26. Scott's a little old, so he gets a little confused on the numbers. So he just turned 70. But yes, I mean it's an incredible streak, no doubt. But one streak, if you are in the Warriors, they are 5-0 coming off a loss in these playoffs. Where Boston is just 3-6 coming off a win. So I hate to say that as a Celtics backer, but those are some of the trends that we got going on for tonight.
We missed you on Saturday night, by the way, Beer.
Hey, Maz, I coach some youth softball, and that's a job in itself. That's every weekend I'm out coaching somewhere. So if you're out there listening, you got kids playing softball, you'll find me out there somewhere. Come say hi.
I'm with you, man.
Outside of softball, what else do you have going on this weekend, my man Chris Prince?
Well, we're bets. We're going live here at 4:30. Scotty G and myself breaking down the game tonight. Not only bets, best bets, props, but DFS as well. If you want to play fantasy sports on the NBA, a lot of big contests on Fano and DraftKings. We'll break down the entire baseball slate as well. And then 9 a.m. shows Saturday and Sunday. We've added a new face to the show.
Oh, wow.
Another local kid goes by the name of Booner on Twitter, so go check him out. But a big part of our show, Braylon, is giving these people an opportunity to come in and talk bets and give them a platform. So if you're out there, you want to check out and see what we're all about, or you think you can do this, or you can do better than me, you want to join us, please feel free to reach out to myself on Twitter at BeerMakersFan, or hit us up on Twitter at Woodward Bets. Same on YouTube. Follow that page over at Woodward Bets.
Well, you heard my man Chris, Beerman Prince, Woodward Bets, 9 a.m. Saturday and Sunday. If you feel like you can do better than this man and Scotty G and Beastie,
that's a tough one.
Hit these guys up. I think you're full of poop. But
don't forget Kelly too.
What do I know?
Kelly as well.
What do I know? And Kelly as well. 4:30.
And I got to give my boy Spencer a shout out. Spence.
There he is.
Oh, the
Rockster. Good seeing you, brother.
Good to see you too, man.
Beer, we appreciate you as always. Have a good weekend, buddy.
See you, Chris.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me. Have a great weekend, everybody.
You too, bud.
Always got love when he comes on. He brings that good energy on a Thursday. Usually it's Thursday. Man. So it's that good energy on Thursday, but today it happens to be Friday to get us to the weekend. We got to get to a quick break, and when we come back, we will do what's called Maz's Videos of the Day. But first, a message from MyBookie, which is special after all these bets we made. Perfect timing.
You heard him, man. Get on it right now. NBA Finals tonight. Do you like the Celtics or do you like the Warriors? Tomorrow, of course, the NHL, the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Finals, Game 6 from Tampa Bay. Can the Lightning close out the Rangers? You got great baseball this weekend as well. Down at Comerica, Toronto, the Blue Jays, one of the best teams in the league. You see Vladdy Guerrero and the gang. Get down there to Comerica and watch Miggy as well. He's a Singy Cabrera. Go watch him, Singy Cabrera. How about that? Get on it, mybookie.ag. Don't forget to use the promo code Woodward. They'll double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie. If you have a gambling problem, please call the Michigan Problem Gambling Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
We are the network for Detroit by Detroiters. Welcome to the Woodward Sports Network.
Oh Oh, man, it has been a hell of a show. It has been a hell of a week, great week. Maz is still over there complaining because we went off on him about that Troy Aikman thing. I just never have been a Troy Aikman fan. I never was a Cowboys fan. So I think it was easy for me to hate Troy Aikman because, one, I was a Barry Sanders guy, which makes me what? Hate Emmitt Smith. And then I also was a 49ers guy, which made me hate who? The Cowboys. Yep. So it was easy for me not to like Troy Aikman. And what makes it even easier, well, he doesn't have good stats. That makes it even easier.
He sets it up on a platter for you.
Jeff, this has been fun, but now it's time for the day. That time of the day we like to play Maz's videos of the day.
And now it's time for Maz's videos of the day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, this is turning out to be a daily event here. Tom Brady, I got another video for him.
Is he in his underwear again?
No, he's not in his underwear, but he's getting his hair done at the annual Cut and Color for a Cure at Tampa Bay. His daughter's coloring his hair this time, but it's good for a chat.
Shave his head. Shave Kyle's head. Shave his head. You just spray your head more. Is it enough color? Turn my head red. I want you guys to be creative.
There you have it. Tom Brady, social media major player these days. He's always doing something.
He went from being quiet in New England to that last year kind of starting to do something in New England. Ever since he's been in Tampa, he's opened up more and more. Whenever I see people like coloring or dyeing hair now for cures, you know who I think of first? And I feel like he started the trend. I think of our own Chase Winovich, University of Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Remember he dyed his hair orange for Chad Tuff?
Yep, I sure do.
He did that and raised a ton of money. So now every time I see anybody doing anything as it relates to dyeing hair for a cure, always think Michigan, Chase Winovich.
That's awesome, man. Hey, you can't blame it. This is I follow great Twitter follow here. Rex Chapman is a great
Mr. Dunk contest and three-point contest.
He's funny, man. But this one he puts out is this a block or a charge? This one is a dog video. This is definitely a block. Check it out. Guy tried to cross the street. Here he goes. Look out!
Oh!
Is that a charge or is that a block? Let's watch that again.
Oh, is he going to do a push-up? Oh, not quite.
He is just...
Let me see. I got to see it again.
He got hammered. Look at this poor guy.
That was a fundamental tackle.
Right no, that's a block.
That is a block.
That is a block. He did not get his feet set. He did not get to the block. He did not get his feet set.
I thought it was a block.
What is it? Right there. Yeah, he was going to the basket. That's a block.
That dog was like Al Horford.
That dog was
man,
like,
in 1980, that would have been a personal. Henry. That would have been a personal foul.
It would have been.
It would have been. And you know what's funny? If we're talking football, that's fundamental tackling. You got the legs. You got low. The dog.
Bad dog.
Just do it by the fundamental.
That was good dog.
Hey, Braylon sent this to me the other day. We can't play the audio on this one because it's got music in it, so we'll talk over it. But this is a major dive off. Check it out. Got to talk over it though.
I gotta turn the video.
What do we got?
He'll find it.
Oh, okay. I know.
Remember this one?
Yeah, 100%.
The diving.
Oh yeah, look
the
at this.
diving brothers. Here we go.
Look at this. Look what we got. Oh, okay, easy. I see easy in there.
There we go. Just keep watching these guys.
Okay.
It's like easy and fish back to back. Man.
Look, it's a belly flopper.
No, look how clean he is, though.
He's killing it.
That guy. Oh, that hurt.
I wish we could hear the look at this.
I know. The audio is great, but we can't play
I'll
it.
take Braylon's sound effects, though. I'll
That's a
take
good
that
dive.
over the audio.
Oh, man, with the one leg up. Okay, here we go.
There they are. Congratulations to the Dive Brothers.
I wish you could hear the
Those
sound.
are the Splash Brothers, by the way.
What was it?
It was like, boop.
Man.
Like
but it's so great because that young man's actually, I believe he's in high school. He's actually competing for real. He actually competes in diving for real, and as you see, he's really good. And then the two little people, twins or two brothers, they actually compete in terms of comedy on Instagram. They're funny as hell.
I leave you with one last one. It's number 87 of the Lions, Quintez Cephas. Q.
I'm sure you've done tons of these, but man, you making like highlights in practice. Like, what's the best play you've ever had in practice where you step down and you're like, damn, did I just do that?
So the interesting thing about this is I love like catches like that. That's when people get mad and they say you should use two hands because he could have caught that with two hands.
Right.
But hey, if all it takes you is one, that's all you need.
You get the job done.
Things changed when OBJ did it.
Me and Revis used to get into it a lot. Like me and Revis used to get into it practice. Like we would put money on like one-on-ones. Like we had like a running tally that we would pay at the end of the year. And so there was this one particular practice where I jumped over him and he pushed me as I was jumping. So my body fell backwards and I caught the ball falling down, kind of like OBJ. But it wasn't like a happy moment at the time because like he could have broke my neck.
Yeah.
And what came next? Just say it was fisticuffs.
Yeah.
But that was the moment though. Once we got cool and once the moment was over, we showed him that highlight in the next morning in team meetings. We showed that highlight probably 35 times on purpose. Rex did it because Rex is mad that he pushed me.
I'm Revis too, man.
Damn. That's not the first time. I got Revis in the game a couple times. I wasn't always a Jet.
Very true.
But check it out, man. This has been an amazing, amazing weekend. It's been a fun day. Yeah, I got to go with Maz a little bit.
I appreciate you guys.
Oh, wonderful. Jeff, man. Jeff,
Except that Aikman.
You've been amazing, man. What you got planned tonight, man? What's on the agenda?
Probably going to the MJR. Going to see Jurassic.
Okay.
Might be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah. Not too much. Tomorrow I'm going to a pedal bar in Detroit, though. So if you're out there, I'll be on there. I don't know how, if I'll be intoxicated or not, but I'll be pedaling. I'll be out there.
I see you like downplaying your weekend, but it's going to be a good one.
That'll be a good one.
Hey, man, we appreciate you guys out there for tuning in to The Bottom Line. We appreciate you guys. Ryan and Monty will be back on Monday. We will be complete again. But guess what, man? For Flannel Sam, my man Spence over there replacing Fletch, who also will be back. Maz on the couch. Jeff Iafrate, who did an amazing job. I'm Braylon Edwards, and this is The Bottom Line.
See ya.